West 11 Sports Media proudly presents Littlefield High School Football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. Welcome to tonight's play-by-play broadcast. Our Littlefield Wildcats football coverage in 2025 is brought to you by the following Wildcat supporters: the Littlefield Independent School District, First Federal Bank Littlefield, Wildcat Laundry, Hillcrest Funeral Home, Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, and Wellington State Bank. Our title sponsors are Triple T Irrigation and Heffington Farms, the Lance Insurance Agency, and Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC. Our broadcast boosters: Brown Flying Service, Always Towing, the Lamb County Electric Cooperative, Durable Builds, AAA Truck Federated Auto Parts, Energy Fitness, Fades and Foils by Amanda, Fibermax Cotton by BASF, Slate Group, and by First Baptist Church of Littlefield. We will visit with head coach and athletic director Bo Bryant right after these words from some of our supporters.
At Littlefield ISD, we're not just upgrading facilities, we're creating opportunities, where students excel in dual credit courses, engage in effective vocational programs, and achieve associate's degrees upon graduation. Our staff brings real-world experience, guiding students to think critically and solve problems. Here we stand united in our mission to develop and inspire every student as we embrace the spirit of Wildcat magic.
Hillcrest Funeral Home is Littlefield owned and operated and has been since 2007. We are proud supporters of the Wildcats, Lady Cats, and our Wildcat Band. I'm Shauna Wagley Hastings, and my promise is to always offer you personal and compassionate care in your time of loss. Hillcrest is hometown, and we are always here for you. Come see us at 1305 Phelps Avenue in Littlefield. Hillcrest Funeral Home, cherish the memories, honor the legacy.
On your corner and in your corner, headquartered in Littlefield, Texas since 1946, First Federal Bank is your hometown bank with hometown personalities. No name changes, no 1-800 numbers, no branches, just roots right here in Littlefield, Texas, home of the Fighting Wildcats. Come in and join the winning team and experience First Federal Bank hospitality today. First Federal Bank Littlefield, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS 494763.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. The first game of 2025 is upon us. I'm Cody West, and we're here in the pregame show with head coach and athletic director Bo Bryant. Coach, we appreciate you taking time to visit with us.
Yes, sir. It's good to be back.
Well, Coach, tonight the Wildcats take on Lamesa on the road to start the 2025 campaign. I want to talk about Lamesa and what they're going to bring to the table tonight. But first, let's talk about our team. Of course, the kids have had a long summer lifting weights, two-a-days, park practice, all that good stuff that leads up to the season. A couple of scrimmages where the Wildcats, to me, I saw a little bit of both of them. Show some improvement from scrimmage 1 to scrimmage 2. I think that's probably what you were hoping for. But overall, how was the preparation leading up to this point?
Yeah, we've had a good spring, good summer. You know, we got good numbers right now. We're playing a freshman team, a JV team, and a varsity. So we're going to try to keep those two sub-varsity teams split as long as we can, with injuries and then grades and stuff. But so far, we're happy with our numbers. Hopefully get some guys a lot of playing time here early. But varsity-wise, we scrimmage post, I thought we did really well. I thought we played hard and had a good showing against them. Then we scrimmaged New Deal last week, and we did some things good, but we've got a long way to go. New Deal was a good team to scrimmage. Both of those teams were good, I think, in preparing us for this first week game. But we're gonna be like Littlefield typically is. We're gonna have guys that go out there and play hard. You know, early on, not in the best of shape, so these early games are going to be a good conditioning for us, you know, just to get in game mode. And, you know, the way that we play, we like to play fast, and we're going to be physical. We're going to be aggressive on all sides of the ball. So, you know, hopefully we can push and get these guys in better shape these first few weeks. But we're really looking forward to it. Kids are excited. You know, we've had a good week of practice, and we're ready for our first game.
You know, we graduated quite a few kids from last year, a great senior group that took us to the third round of the playoffs. But we had a lot of kids, underclassmen last year, who contributed to that playoff run and the season that we had last year. So, you know, I know there's a lot of holes to fill coming into this year, but at the same time, you got quite a bit of experience coming back as well.
Yeah, we do. Up front, we got Tate Clark, Uriel Ibarra, that are two seniors for us that got a lot of playing time on the offensive line and even the defensive line. James Lockridge got moved up, you know, midway through the year last year as a freshman. So, yeah, like I said, we've got some experience up there. And then at the skill positions, Zane Champion, Jaden Barrio, you know, those guys have got a lot of playing time at the varsity level. We got Nate Castaneda, who's going to be our quarterback this year. If he hadn't have got injured last year, he would have had a lot of playing time. But, you know, he still got some playing time, you know, through the playoffs when he came back. So, yeah, we've got several key guys that have got a lot of varsity experience, you know, and that just having that deep playoff run last year really helped get those guys more playing time, more practice time, and even those guys that we've got coming up that were on the JV last year, you know, just getting those extra 3-4 weeks at the end of the year has helped them.
Yes, sir. And another thing that's kind of remained consistent from last year and actually throughout your tenure here as head coach is that your coaching staff pretty much remains intact. So you've got, of course, you know, your coordinators are the same as last year, a lot of the same guys, same faces here in the field house. And, you know, that helps. That consistency is what helps build a program. And, you know, we talk to you every week and we talk about the kids, but we don't always get to talk about the assistant coaches. Talk a little bit about your staff, the guys that have been with you since you took over the program, and, you know, just the consistency that they bring.
Yeah, no doubt. That's huge. I think we've got the best staff in Texas. You know, they're great guys. They're great coaches. They love these kids. And anytime you can keep those guys around and, like you said, keep the consistency, and I think just having the relationship with the kids, you know, is a huge thing because, you know, they know the kids. We coach them from 7th grade all the way up. And so just knowing them and kind of knowing what makes them go and how you can coach them is huge. And just having the same schemes both sides of the ball is big because, like I said, we teach at 7th grade all the way up. So there's nothing really new that these kids have to learn every year. We added a couple guys, Jay Ragland, who's been teaching here. He's an older retired guy that's come out and was teaching, and he's going to help us in football this year. And then we got Jason Ayala that came in, that's a Littlefield guy, and those two guys have been great additions, and you know, they're excited and they work hard, and they're really going to help us out.
You know, you talk about Coach Ayala being a Littlefield guy. Your staff is full of Littlefield guys. Half of them, I remember when they played.
Yeah. I even coached a few of them. But, you know, having those guys, they kind of understand what Littlefield football's about. You know, Coach Hood, let's see, I'll name them all. Coach Hartley, Coach Gregory, Coach Green, Coach McKinnon, and then Coach Ayala and Coach Hobbs. So, you know, it's great having those guys that have been through this program and understand what Littlefield football's about, you know, and they love it, they breathe it, and it's just great to have those guys on staff.
Yes, sir. Well, tonight we get to start it for real. A couple of scrimmages into the season now. The Lamesa Golden Tours await us. We're going to talk about Lamesa, talk a little bit more about the Wildcats as well here in just a moment. Let's take a break, and we'll be back with more Wildcats football right after this.
Wildcat Laundry in Littlefield is a proud supporter of Littlefield High School athletics and wants to wish the Wildcats good luck in tonight's game. Wildcat Laundry is a clean, full-service laundromat with quality coin-operated washers and dryers for all your needs. Comforters too big for your home washer? Bring them to the Wildcat Laundry. Need to take care of several loads in a short time? Come to Wildcat Laundry, located at 901 Hall Avenue in Littlefield. Wildcat Laundry says go Cats.
Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, right here in Littlefield, provides grade A, gold star quality milks to manufacturers around the world. We are proud to be here in Littlefield, and we support our student athletes. Our philosophy is to be a good neighbor to everyone in this town. We take pride in our work and in our community. Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, farms and technology, achieving our quality. Go Cats!
Here in Texas, tradition runs deep on the field and in our communities. For nearly 120 years, Wellington State Bank has stood by the citizens of Littlefield through tough times and touchdowns. From your first savings account to your game-winning business loan, we're here for every play. Wellington State Bank, your partners in progress in Wildcat Nation. Come see us today at 501 Phelps Avenue in Littlefield. Let's go Wildcats. Member FDIC.
Welcome back into Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. I'm Cody West, visiting with head coach Bo Bryant. Coach, tonight we travel to Lamesa. This is a Lamesa team that, we beat them last year, and then they get into their district and made history. At least they hadn't had a season like they had last year in a good while, and I know they're looking to build on that this year. Consistency in their staff as well from last year to this year. So we probably know kind of what they're going to throw at us. They had a very young quarterback, if I remember. He was a coach's kid last year. Might have been a freshman. But what are we going to see from them tonight?
Yeah, Lamesa is much improved from last year. Coach Ramos came in, and it's always difficult being a first-time coach, just installing a new offense and defense. But you can tell, from film and even from the end of last year that these guys are a lot better than what they have been. Offensively, they're going to run the spread. They'll be one back, doubles and trips. They like to throw it around. They're probably 70% pass in the first two scrimmages. So we're going to have to compete out there. We run a bunch of man. So those guys are going to have to compete out on the edge. They like to throw the deep ball. But we'll mix it up, man and zone. And we'll hopefully those guys up front, the box can take care of the run where we don't have to bring any extra guys in. But they like to throw it around, and we're going to have to compete out there.
What are we going to see from them defensively?
Most of the time they're in an odd front, a three-man front. Again, those guys, they're pretty athletic at the skill positions, so same way on defense, their secondary is pretty athletic. Hopefully, we can lean on our O-line and the experience those guys have up front to get our run game going and maybe open things up in the secondary. But they're going to be athletic, odd front. They'll mix it up and get an even front every now and then. But it's going to be a good test for us.
So one thing about Lamesa, it seems kind of consistently year after year, and we played them quite a bit, in the last several years. They always look big. I mean, I don't know what it is about Lamesa kids, but it seems like they always have a lot of size.
Yeah, they do, especially on the offensive line. They got some big boys, so we're going to try to use our quickness and maybe disguise it a little bit to hopefully outmaneuver those guys where they can't get on us and get a hold of us, because when those big boys get a hold of you, you're probably done. So that's something we're going to have to stay away from, is those big boys.
Yes, sir. Well, let's talk a little bit more about the Littlefield Wildcats. Of course, you mentioned Nate Castaneda is going to lead our offense tonight. This will be, 7 out of the last 8 years we've had a green at quarterback. And so, Chip graduated. Nate has been kind of waiting in the wings. And as an underclassman coming up, from what I saw from Nate in the scrimmages, tall kid, good arm, and, seems to have a pretty good grasp of the offense. Are we still in the early stages of game planning in the offensive playbook, or are we all the way in with Nate?
Yeah, we're all the way in. He even last year we had some plans to put him in at quarterback and throw Chip out at receiver before Nate got hurt. So he's gone through all the quarterback meetings all last year. He knows the offense really well. He's a really great leader for us out there, because Nate's always just steady. He don't ever get too high or too low. He's just the same all the time, and I think he's going to have a really great year. He knows the offense. He's good at getting his reads out there, and he's just a great leader for us.
Who's going to carry the ball for us? Of course, we graduated all our running backs, so who's going to be in the backfield?
Yeah, we're going to use we got 4 guys right now that actually I think any of them can go. We got Ben Castillo, who was a really good linebacker for us. We're going to play him at some tailback some. We got Blayton Solis, who came up towards the end of the year when Major got hurt last year. He runs hard. And then we got 2 sophomores, Jonas Camacho and Daniel Rojas. And both of those guys, they're good tailbacks who run really hard. So kind of use running back by committee, which I think is great because you keep guys fresh, and most of those guys will also be playing defense too. So the more rest we can give and still have somebody come in and still run the ball well will be good.
Over the summer, one of your coaches made a comment to me about how we may have a better offensive line this year than we've had in a good while. And I don't know if that's the common thought amongst all of the coaches or if it was just the one that told me. But, I think our kids up front are, with the offense we run, they've got to be in shape. So a lot of times it's not so much size as it is just hustle on the offensive line and of course, knowing your assignments. But how are we going to look up front?
I think we'll be pretty good, talking about those guys that we had coming back from last year. And then we've got several that got some playing time, not necessarily starters, and through the first few weeks of practice, we've got 10, I think, good offensive linemen where we've got 5 and 5 that can really go, which, like you said, with what we run, especially early when we're not in the best of shape right now that we need to be, we'll be able to rotate those guys and hopefully have no drop-off. So I think as far as the depth at offense.
I know that you mentioned you're going to mix up a lot of man and zone in the secondary, but defensive front-wise, how does that look?
Good. A lot of those same guys on the O-line, that's where it's good to have the depth because we can rotate them in at D-line too. We got Uriel Ibarra, A.J. Cantu, and then we got J.J. Gonzalez and Diego Lopez playing nose guard. And both of those guys, as sophomores, got a lot of reps at nose guard. So now, like I said, we got to find guys who can play man out there. We've been looking for our, best 4 that can cover out there for the first few weeks of practice, and we may not have them set yet, but, hopefully through these first 6 games before we get to district, we can get all that lined out.
All right, Coach. Well, we send you all the very best. We thank you for your time, and we'll be back again next week.
All right. Thanks, Cody.
Yes, sir. We'll be back with more Littlefield Wildcats football right after this.
The Heffington family of Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation sends all the best to each member of the Littlefield Wildcats this season. Triple T Irrigation is an authorized TL irrigation systems dealer like no other. Hydrostatically powered TL systems are designed to deliver continuous movement to extend gearbox life. Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation, proud supporters of the Littlefield Wildcats.
Trust the Lance Insurance Agency for all your insurance needs. They offer a better way to buy insurance. Visit with David McGehee and let him shop multiple carriers to get the most competitive rate available. For auto, home, commercial, life, crop insurance, and more, go by 2433 South Farwell Avenue in Littlefield or give David a call at 385-1693 and let him find the best combination of price, coverage, and service just for you. The Lance Insurance Agency proudly supports the Wildcats and Lady Cats in all that they do.
Hey folks, Brian Bruce here from Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC in Plainview. It's time for back to school, and we have a great selection of new and used cars to fit every budget. Call clickbillwellschevrolet.com or come by and see us on I-27. At Bill Wells, we are professional grade, and we want to be your car dealer for life. Come experience the Bill Wells difference, where your next car is in plain view.
Where your next car's in plain view.
Brown Flying Service in Littlefield provides agricultural aerial application services to crop producers across the South Plains. They offer full-service spraying and crop dusting for your agriculture operation. The Browns are longtime supporters of the Littlefield Wildcats and send them all the best in tonight's game. Based at the Littlefield Taylor Brown Municipal Airport, It's Brown Flying Service, supporting the Wildcats this season.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. I'm Cody West, and we're live in Lamesa tonight, where the Wildcats are just moments away from kicking off against Lamesa, as we are currently in the pregame show brought to you by the Littlefield ISD. Let's take a look at the starters for tonight's game. First on defense for the Littlefield Wildcats tonight on the defensive line. The TNT, the three down defensive lineman for the Wildcats at nose guard is number 63, Diego Lepez. Your left defensive tackle is number 55, Uriel Ibarra. And the right defensive tackle is number 64, AJ Cantu. Your two defensive ends are going to be number 7, Jacob Silvas, and number 1, Jaden Barrio. Your linebackers are number 8, Ben Castillo, and number 32, Jonas Camacho. In the secondary for the Wildcats today, on the corners, number 12, Sammy Sines, and number 11, Zane Champion. Your safeties are number 6, Blayton Solis at strong safety, and number 2, Gabe Mata at free safety. When the Wildcats have the ball tonight, we'll be led by quarterback number 5, Nate Castaneda. The offensive line in front of him. At center is number 50, C.J. Weaver. On the right side, we have number 62, Elijah Rodriguez at guard, and number 55, Uriel Ibarra at tackle. On the left side of the offensive line at guard, we have number 54, James Lockridge, and at tackle, number 51, Tate Clark. Skill positions for the Wildcats, the X receiver is number 2, Gabe Mata. The H receiver is number 11, Zane Champion. And the Z receiver will be number 1, Jaden Barrio. Your tight end tonight for the Wildcats will be number 4, Cooper Price. The starting running back for the Wildcats will be number 8, Ben Castillo. On special teams tonight, our punter and kicker will be number 1, Jaden Barrio. Our punter is Nate Castaneda. The kicker is Jaden Barrio. Punt returner, Jaden Barrio. And our kick returners will be Sammy Sines, Ben Castillo, and Zane Champion. That rounds out the starters for both teams, or rather for the Littlefield Wildcats, both offense and defense. We're just about 7 minutes away from the kickoff. Let's take another break, and we'll be back with a look at our current weather conditions right after this.
Needing a tow can ruin your day, whether it be a breakdown, flat tire, or even a wreck. If you ever need a tow, Always Towing is here to make it less stressful and more cost-efficient for you. Always Towing is located in Littlefield, Texas, and services the entire area. They provide light and heavy-duty towing, rollback services, winch outs, and wheel lifts for trucks. Their experienced drivers are available 24 hours a day. Call 385-3800. That's 385-3800 for Always Towing. The Holmes family of Always Towing sends all the best to the Littlefield Wildcats in tonight's game.
The Lamb County Electric Cooperative was established in 1938 for the purpose of making life better for our community, and today they continue to strive for that purpose. LCEC is committed to providing safe, reliable electric service at the lowest practical cost. The Lamb County Electric Co-op is proud of its well-trained, quality workforce that meets the changing needs of its membership. Proudly serving you and all of the communities in our coverage area, the Lamb County Electric Co-op, a Touchtone Energy cooperative.
Have you been thinking about updating your home with a new remodel? If you are, the only call to make is to Eli Cueto of Durable Builds. Let us transform your house into your dream home. Durable Builds is insured and serves the entire area. We specialize in kitchen remodeling, but have experience in whole house renovations, including room additions, family, dining, living, laundry, and closet spaces. For more information, visit DurableBuilds.com or call 806-891-1076. And let's get started on a personalized home remodel just for you.
AAA Truck Federated Auto Parts isn't a chain store. It's It's locally owned by your neighbors who really care about you. John and Charlotte McBride and their staff are here to make sure you get the right part at the right price. In addition to quality federated parts, AAA also provides expert vehicle repair, offering oil changes for less money than out-of-town counterparts. Plus, brake jobs, air conditioner service, and more. There's no reason to go anywhere else for auto parts or auto repair. AAA Federated Auto Parts, located north of Littlefield on Highway 385, quality automotive parts and accessories. And Littlefield owned and operated.
Welcome back into Lamesa, Texas. I'm Cody West, and we're live here at the Golden Tours Stadium as the Littlefield Wildcats are getting ready to take on Lamesa here in the season opener as we go down to the 50-yard line for the coin toss. Littlefield dressed in their visiting white jerseys with white helmets, maroon pants for the Wildcats. Lamesa in all black today, black jerseys, black pants, white helmets with white trim and numbers. Lamesa wins the toss, and they will defer to the second half, so Littlefield will get the ball to start the game, and Lamesa will be defending the north end zone here at their home stadium. Taking a quick look at our weather, it's currently 85 degrees outside under a beautiful sky. We have winds out of the east at 14 miles per hour, making our camera a little bit shaky here today in Lamesa, but we are expecting a chance of rain tonight. We do have a 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms overnight tonight. Hopefully those won't move into the forecast until we get this game in, but we will see as the Littlefield Wildcats are getting ready to take the ball. We're joined by Ryan West for the second year in a row. You ready for year number 2 of your broadcasting career?
Of course, I'm ready for more years than just year number 2. It's good to be back, especially having a notch on my belt from that first year. It was a little difficult at first. I was a little bit, what would you say, radio shy. I was kind of, before the kickoffs and stuff, I'd always sit back and just wait for you to start talking, and then I'd catch my flow.
Well, you got a lot of compliments, so that's a good thing. A lot of people in town like the way you do things, so I thought I wouldn't give you your walk-in papers at the end of the year. I'd let you come back for one more year.
Well, thanks. I really appreciate it. I probably would have came back anyway, but thank you.
We had a lot of fun covering 13 games for the Wildcats last year, 10 regular season games, of course 6 non-district, 4 district, and then, of course, 3 playoff games. And these kids that were on varsity last year as underclassmen are coming back with that playoff experience. And Coach Bryant's hoping that's going to help us here this year. As, you know, when you make the playoffs and you make a run, you get that extra practice time. You get those extra games. When the teams that don't make the playoffs, they're already in basketball. You're still practicing and playing football.
Well, I can tell you this, especially coming from, once an underclassman, it always feels nice when you're on the field with a group of guys who's been to the playoffs before and who have experience, and you know that they're there to back you up.
Yeah, and of course, we've got a long non-district schedule again this year, 6 non-district games. And, you use it all to get ready. Use it all to get ready for the playoffs, or for district play and then the playoffs as the Wildcats come out of the tunnel. I've always, in my broadcasting career, this is year number 24 for me total, number 14 in Littlefield. I've always very much disliked train horns, and we have a train horn now.
I was going to say, we went to the train horn.
Did we have a train horn last year?
I believe so.
I think we got it at some point during the season.
I think you made that comment at the start of last year. Whenever they got it, you're like, I've always hated a train horn, and what do? We buy a train horn.
Yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully we'll hear it a lot tonight. That means Littlefield scores a lot of touchdowns. We're getting ready for the national anthem here at the stadium in Lamesa while they play the Star Spangled Banner. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with the opening kick right after this.
It's not about the halls you walk through. It's not about the walls that surrounded you. What lasts is the growth, the connection, memories, and traditions that shape who you become. Here we aren't just building facilities, we're building futures, where modern tools meet timeless values, resilience, integrity, and community. Because what matters most isn't what's new, it's what
of our ag communities. Conventional ag banking with handshakes is what First Federal Bank does best. We offer farm and ranch real estate financing, ag operating lines of credit, equipment financing, and more. Save money with low competitive operating rates and our long-term fixed-rate real estate options. Call 806-385-7511 or find us online at firstfedlfd.com.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Wildcat Laundry in Littlefield is a proud supporter of Littlefield High School athletics and wants to wish the Wildcats good luck in tonight's game. Wildcat Laundry is a clean, full-service laundromat with quality coin-operated washers and dryers for all your needs. Comforters too big for your home washer? Bring them to the Wildcat Laundry. Need to take care of several loads in a short time? Come to Wildcat Laundry, located at 901 Hall Avenue in Littlefield. Wildcat Laundry says go Cats.
Welcome back in to Lamesa, Texas, as we are set and ready to go for the opening kickoff here. Littlefield will get the ball first to start the very first football game of the 2025 campaign. We may be buffering a little bit. It's always a problem early in the year with temperatures and equipment getting hot. Hopefully it'll straighten out for you guys at home watching on YouTube. We do have the audio stream at littlefieldsports.com. Back deep to return the kick for the Wildcats is Sammy Sines. He's standing on the 5-yard line. The up men are Zane Champion and Ben Castillo, standing at the 15. Here's the Lamesa kick, and the 2025 season is underway. It's going to be brought down. Littlefield runs the starburst, but a collision. We're going to get a good little return. They get it to Zane Champion. He carries up to the 24-yard line.
Good return by Zane Champion. That's the thing with the starburst. Everybody's got to be on the same page. You know, you're trying to throw the kickoff team, so you got to cross.
So we'll get our first look at the Littlefield Wildcats offense for this season, led by Nate Castaneda. Nate looked good through the first two scrimmages versus Post and New Deal. And here come the Wildcats. Littlefield in white, Lamesa in black. Castaneda out of the shotgun. Zane Champion goes in motion. They'll hand it off to Zane on the jet sweep coming to the near side. He carries it across the 25 to the 26. Gain of 2 for the Wildcats on the first play of the season. And you know how we do it. Tempo. Right back to the line. Castaneda out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off right up the middle. I believe that was Ben Castillo pushing his way across the 30 to the 31. Is that Ben at running back?
I can't really tell. I don't think so. I think that was a...
No, it's not. Here's the next snap. He's going to be bottled up. And then their running back for the Wildcats. I apologize. Ben was listed as the starter.
Now I'm looking at my roster. It's all thrown off. That's number 33, Daniel Rojas.
Yeah, there's going to be a 4-man rotation at running back for the Wildcats. And it's 4th down, 4th and 2. Castaneda, who's also the punter, drops back, standing at his own 21-yard line. And they're going to fake punt it. They snap it to the up man, Ben Castillo, and that was Ben who carries it for a first down across the 40 to the 41-yard line on a fake punt.
You got to give credit to that punt team, offensive line, getting the hole big enough for Ben Castillo to squeeze through to get that first down.
1st and 10, Littlefield, their first down of the season. That's a First Federal Bank first down. Castaneda takes the snap. Nate looks to throw, swings it out, complete. But the tackle immediately made on the far side. That was Jaden Barrio, number 1, on the reception for about 3 yards. Right back to the line. Here's the snap. Nate hands it off. The running back bottled up there for the Wildcats. And again, that's Daniel Rojas on the carry. 3rd down and 5. Wildcats tempo. Here's the snap. Nate, he's going to be flushed out of the pocket. Throws complete, but short of the first down to Jaden Barrio right at the 50-yard line. We're 1 yard short. And we'll go for it on 4th down and 1 at midfield. Castaneda moves under center. Movement all on the line of scrimmage. Looked like we were going to quarterback sneak it, but it'll be offsides against Lamesa, so that'll help.
Well, I'll tell you this. It was really nice, and I really appreciate seeing on 4th and 1 getting under center.
Yeah, and I think the way that play went anyway, we would have gotten it. But we'll take the 5 yards and an automatic first down. Another First Federal Bank first down for the Wildcats. And Littlefield now in Lamesa territory. Here's a handoff. Rojas over the left side. Gets tackled at the 45. This Wildcats tempo offense is just likes to put defenses on their heels. Here's Castaneda going deep, has Zane Champion. It is caught, and that's a Heffington Farms Wildcats touchdown for the first time this season. Nate Castaneda hooks up with Zane Champion for 6.
And you got to love that about number 11, Zane Champion. He's just so quick that he just outran everybody.
And the Littlefield Wildcats strike first on the opening possession. And we'll do the swinging gate. No. A timeout taken. Timeout by Lamesa. They struggled with that Littlefield tempo on the opening possession of the game. And with the timeout, we'll take it with them, and we'll be back right after this.
Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, right here in Littlefield, provides grade A, Gold Star quality milk products to manufacturers around the world. We are proud to be here in Littlefield, and we support our student athletes. Our philosophy is to be a good neighbor to everyone in this town. We take pride in our work and in our community. Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, farms, and technology, achieving Gold Star quality. Go Cats!
Welcome back in to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. Cody West and Ryan West here in Lamesa. Olivia's on her way as the Wildcats have just scored. 6-0 our score with the extra point kick to come. It was a Castaneda to Champion. Touchdown pass, what'd that go, about 45 yards? You can tell I'm on the camera tonight. Here's Jaden Barrio. Kicks the extra point. It goes through the uprights, and your score is now Littlefield 7, Lamesa 0. The Wildcats put points on the board on the opening possession of the game, and we'll be back right after this.
Here in Texas, tradition runs deep on the field and in our communities. For nearly 120 years, Wellington State Bank has stood by the citizens of Littlefield through tough times and touchdowns. From your first savings account to your game-winning business loan, we're here for every play. Wellington State Bank, your partners in progress in Wildcat Nation. Come see us today at 501 Phelps Avenue in Littlefield. Let's go Wildcats. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in. With 9 minutes and 3 seconds left in the first play, the Lance Insurance Agency proudly brings you the first quarter here of Wildcats football on the Littlefield Sports Network, powered by West 11 Sports. Jaden Barrio to kick it off for the Wildcats from the south 40-yard line. Well, Ryan, that was quick.
Very, but you love to see it. You know, you want some quick scoring like that, wear that defense down and just score, score, score.
I don't think they've marked the ball ready to kick yet. Both teams are on the field.
Got to wait for the wind to die down.
Is that what it is? I'm not sure what the holdup is here.
Ensuing kickoff after the Wildcats take the 7-0 lead. Castaneda to champion. On the touchdown pass, Jaden Barrio with the extra point kick. And now we're ready. Here's Barrio. Kickoff will be brought down at about the 7-yard line. Here's the return across the 20 to the 30 and upended by Sammy Signs is the return man for Lamesa, and it'll be decent field position for the Golden Tornadoes. And we'll get our first look at the Littlefield defense.
Really glad number 12, Sammy Signs, was there. Everybody just got a helmet on a helmet and was blocked.
So the Wildcats defense comes out onto the field, and Lamesa runs a similar offense to us. Coach Bryant said they love to throw the football. Quarterback goes out of the shotgun, double slot formation. Here's the snap, and they'll hand it off right up the middle. He's got a big hole across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. On the carry there for Lamesa, number 22, that's D. Lugo. I didn't see who made the tackle for us.
I think who made that tackle is number 64 returner. He's a junior, AJ Cantu. I'm excited to see what this TNT's got.
Quarterback goes out of the shotgun once again, doubles. Here's the snap. Again, they hand it off. This time they bring it around the edge. Wildcats are there to bottle him up at about the 49, 50-yard line. Lugo once again. Seems like D. Lugo has been playing football for Lamesa for about 6 years.
Well, I haven't been with you that long, so I couldn't tell you.
This is a team for Lamesa. They, last year they had a lot of young kids on varsity. This year they've got a lot of young kids on varsity. The year before, rather. This is a seasoned team for Lamesa. Quarterback out of the shotgun, running back to his left, double slot. Here's the snap. He's going to throw. We've got man coverage on the edge, and it is in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Sammy Signs was the defender, but that was a perfectly thrown football.
And those are dangerous. The quarterback just takes a step back and launches it. Sammy Signs was in phase. He was looking good, but just a perfectly placed ball.
Yeah. Receiver couldn't hang on to it. That's going to make it 2nd down and 10. Second down and 10 for Lamesa. This is Daniel Ramos, the quarterback. He's the head coach's son for Lamesa. Out of the shotgun. Doubles stacked on each side. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off again. Lugo right up the middle, breaks a tackle. He's off to the races right between the hash marks. He's to the 10 and brought down at the 5-yard line. And it'll be 1st down and goal to go for Lamesa. Did you catch who made the tackle?
That was number 12, Sammy Signs, on a chase down, followed by number 11, Zane Champion on pursuit.
7 minutes and 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. The Lance Insurance Agency first quarter. 7-0 Wildcats. Lamesa knocking on the door. 1st and goal from the 5. Here's the snap. Quarterback looks to throw the fade to the corner. It is caught for the touchdown.
And we were in good position. The junior, number 2, Gabriel Mata, stayed with him the whole way, just jumped up and caught the ball.
Well, this may be a high-scoring affair tonight. Lamesa comes on to try the extra point kick. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up. It is through the uprights, and we are tied 7-7 with 6:58 left here in the first quarter of play. Let's take a break, and we'll be back with more Wildcats football right after this.
The Heffington family of Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation sends all the best to each member of the Littlefield Wildcats this season. Triple T Irrigation is an authorized TL irrigation systems dealer like no other. Hydrostatically powered TL systems are designed to deliver continuous movement to extend gearbox life. Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation, proud supporters of the Littlefield Wildcats.
Trust the Lance Insurance Agency for all better way to buy insurance. Visit with David McGehee and let him shop multiple carriers to get the most competitive rate available for auto, home, commercial, life, crop insurance, and more. Go by 2433 South Farwell Avenue in Littlefield or give David a call at 385-1693 and let him find the best combination of price, coverage, and service just for you. The Lance Insurance Agency proudly supports the Wildcats and Lady Cats in all that they do.
Welcome back in to Lamesa, Texas. I'm Cody West, where the Littlefield Wildcats are tied up with the Lamesa Golden Tours. Here's the kickoff. It's going to be brought down at the 15-yard line. We'll run the starburst. They give it to Sammy this time, and he carries it across the 25 to the 26. And it'll be Littlefield football there. The Wildcats offense comes back out. So here we go. Littlefield comes to the line of scrimmage. Nate Castaneda out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. He drops back to pass, has time, throws underneath on the little bubble screen to Jaden Barrio, but Jaden is tackled after a gain of only about a yard.
The pocket kind of collapsed. Nate Castaneda was looking to the right, and they had a defender coming from the left side.
Right back to the line of scrimmage. We'll hand it off. No gain on the play on a handoff up the middle, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 9. Here we go. Castaneda out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. Castaneda looking to throw. Has a man. It's complete to Barrio for the first down at the 39-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10. It's a First Federal Bank first down.
You got to love the way Jaden Barrio is going to sell the seam and then turns around and runs the hitch.
Here's Castaneda with a snap on first down. The handoff. Oh, he's going to keep. Coming around the right side. Breaks a tackle. Nate gets to the 50, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 38-yard line of Lamesa. And the first carry of the night for Castaneda.
It all starts with a good fake. Fake it right up the middle and then bootleg it to the outside.
So here we go. Nate takes the snap. 1st and 10. This time he'll hand it off. Right up the middle. Number 32, Jonas Camacho on the carry for the Wildcats. So here we go, 2nd down and about 4. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off once again, but this time Camacho bottled up. No gain on the play, maybe a loss of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 5. Big 3rd down here for the Wildcats. Here's the snap. 4:58 left here in the first quarter of play. Castaneda, he's going to run. He gets across the 20. Castaneda taking it to the pylon. Nate carries it into the end zone, scrambles for the touchdown, and Littlefield is back on top with a Heffington Farms Wildcats touchdown.
Good scramble by number 5, Nate Castaneda, and good job by number 1, Jaden Barrio, fixing to hit the lead block when Nate Castaneda cuts back outside, knows he's going to score, and doesn't get the flag. Flags have been an issue in the past.
13-7 our score. Littlefield on top. We'll run the swinging gate. 2-point conversion attempt. Sammy's going to keep, takes it into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is good for the Littlefield Wildcats. It's 15-7. Littlefield on top with 4:47 left here in the first quarter of play. We'll be back right after this.
Hey folks, Brian Bruce here from Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC in Plainview. It's time for back to school, and we have a great selection of new and used cars to fit every budget. Call clickbillwellschevrolet.com or come by and see us on I-27. At Bill Wells, we are professional grade, and we want to be your car dealer for life. Come experience the Bill Wells difference, where your next car is in plain view.
Where your next car's in plain view.
Energy Fitness is Littlefield's newest 24-hour fitness center with affordable monthly membership rates and never any contracts. Energy Fitness is for everyone. Whether you want to get in shape, lose weight, build muscle, or just stay in motion, Energy Fitness has something for you. We have free weights, a cardio room, 14-station strength circuit, turf area, and more. Located at 713 West Marshall Howard Boulevard in Littlefield. Call us at 806-551-2371 or visit EnergyFitnessLFD.com for more information.
Welcome back in to Littlefield Wildcats football after the Littlefield touchdown. Here's the kickoff. It's going to land in no man's land, and Littlefield gets on it at about the 23-yard line, and a huge mistake by Lamesa to just let it go. Littlefield pursued the ball over near the sideline. Nobody got to it.
You know what's crazy is that happens a lot. For some reason, they think it's like a punt. If they touch it, it's a dead ball. Or, the offense touches it's alive. But on kickoff, if it goes past 10 yards, it's live. And good job by our kickoff team being aware.
So here we go, Littlefield with the ball, and that is the first turnover of the game. Castaneda out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, he'll hand it off. Over the left side, there's a big hole. Ben Castillo carries it to the 16-yard line. That's a gain of about 8.
I got to give credit to number 51, the senior, Tate Clark. Talked about him last year with a pancake.
Here's the snap. They give it to Ben once again. He's got the first down to about the 11-yard line. That's a First Federal Bank first down. 4 minutes and 28 seconds left here in the first quarter of play. And we got a sideline warning against Lamesa. Got a lot of wind noise up here too.
I can't tell if it's me or you. I'm trying to duck.
It's all right. There's nothing you can do. Not watch the game. Here's the snap. Oh, and the running back falls down for the Wildcats. No gain on the play. That was Castillo once again. Castaneda takes the snap, hands it off. Castillo wrapped up in the backfield. And big number 53 for Lamesa comes in to make the tackle, Justin Toscano.
The running back right now is actually number 6, Blayton Solis. We saw a little bit of him last year.
That's my bad. We've got 4 running backs. I'm having a hard time keeping track of who's who, and plus 2 of them are wearing 6 and 8. And I've got bad vision. Got that old man vision.
It's catching up to you. Eat more carrots.
Is that the trick?
I don't know. That's just what I've heard.
So here we go. 3rd down and 11 for the Wildcats. Here's the snap. Castaneda looking to throw. Had a man, but was trying to fit it through a tight window there and couldn't get it to go. It was at the feet of Gabe Mata. So now 4th and 11 for the Wildcats. 15-7, Littlefield on top. 3:35 left in the first quarter. First quarter brought to you by the Lance Insurance Agency. Trips left, and now we'll have a timeout call. It's an official's timeout. He's going to send Gabe Mata to the sideline for some reason. So Gabe will come out. Sammy Signs will come into the game. So here we go. Trips left. Castaneda out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. Pump fake. Throws to the end zone. Jaden caught. 6 points. That's a Heffington Farms Wildcats touchdown. Littlefield strikes again. There's not much you can do about it.
No, I know, but maybe if I put my hand up or something, I could block that wind.
Yeah, apologies for the wind and interference. We're high on top of this press box, and it's windy up here. 21-7 Littlefield, the 2-point conversion to come. Here's the snap. Sammy Signs will keep up the middle. He'll be wrapped up and won't get in. And the Littlefield Wildcats now lead 21-7 with 3 minutes and 26 seconds left in the first quarter of play. We'll be back right after this.
Introducing Fades and Foils by Amanda. Located inside JoJo's attic in Littlefield, Fades and Foils is your one-stop, full-service salon, specializing in men's and women's cuts and styling, balayage, color corrections, all-over color, and even waxing. Let Amanda rescue your hair. Open Tuesday through Friday from 10 to 6 and Saturday from 8 to 2. For an appointment, call 806-598-1988. That's 598-1988. Book now, because demand is high for Fades and Foils by Amanda.
Every bag of FiberMax cotton has 220,000 seeds chock full of innovation, like advanced genetics for longer, stronger fiber, which means 220,000 reasons to hear, "You got what premiums?" And new Accent Flex technology for powerful weed control, which means 220,000 reasons to say, "Heck yeah, I grew that." FiberMax cotton from BASF. Innovation in every bag. Always read and follow label directions.
Gentlemen, we are now on kickoff. Littlefield kicks the ball. It's rolling. Kick return is getting to the outside. Oh, and he has a wide open lane. Everybody just got blocked, but there is a flag in the backfield. Got a group of Wildcats white jerseys. Number 7, Jacob Silvis. Number 2, Gabriel Mata coming up from the bottom of the pile. I didn't see what the penalty was. We're also having some technical difficulty issues with the camera, so I apologize if it's just me at the moment. We'll see what this flag is. Holding on Lamesa, so it works out in our favor. We'll go back to defense after that quick score. And I am going back to number 2.
All right, so what happened? I had to fix some technical problems. Lamesa had a big return?
Lamesa had a big return, gets called back for a holding.
Good.
Offense takes the snap. Number 12, he's going to slide. I apologize. I didn't see who was on the outside. It looks like number 6, Blayton Solis. That may have not been Blayton Solis on the edge. That may have been Ben Castillo. No, it was Blayton Solis. Good job getting in the quarterback's face, making him slide. So it'll be 2nd and 7. Got doubles on the left, doubles on the right. Quarterback takes the snap. Running back runs it right up the middle. Good job by the 2 ends. Number 6, Blayton Solis, and number 64, A.J. Cantu, who we talked about a lot last year, making some big plays.
Well, every year we've got first game problems on the video stream. I apologize. Hopefully we've got them straightened out. That would be great. 3rd down coming up here for Lamesa, 3rd and 6. Double slot formation, quarterback Ramos out of the shotgun, takes the snap, 3-step drop, fires over the middle, complete for a gain of about 6, right near the first down marker.
It was a gain for about 6, but number 7, Jacob Silvis, the senior, was in great coverage, being able to make that tackle. Oh, they're going to give him the first.
Yeah, I was right on the line. So we'll be 1st and 10, Lamesa. 21-7 our score. Littlefield on top with 1:05 left here in the first quarter of play. And we're now under a minute. Clock is rolling. Golden Tours out of the shotgun. Trips on the right side. Single receiver on the left. Ramos, the quarterback, out of the shotgun, takes the snap. He'll hand it off up the middle. And a nice tackle there for the Wildcats. James Lockridge coming up to bring him down.
I know we were talking about him. I can't wait to see him develop. Number 54, he's only a sophomore. He's 6'2", 245.
2nd down and 8 for the Golden Tours. 28 seconds and rolling here in the Lance Insurance Agency first quarter. Double slot formation, quarterback out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Lugo cuts it back. He's got a hole, he's fast, and he'll be wrapped up. And a great job there on the tackle by number 2, Gabe Mata. That may have saved a touchdown.
It sure did. I don't know if this turf is slip or if we got to take little baby steps, but number 8, Ben Castile, was on the outside, and he was fixing to make that tackle, and then he slipped.
In any case, that'll be the end of the first quarter of play. We are headed to the second quarter with your score, Littlefield 21, Lamesa 7. We'll be back right after this.
Every bag of Fibermax cotton has 220,000 seeds chock full of innovation, like advanced genetics for longer, stronger fiber, which means 220,000 reasons to hear, "You got what premiums?" And new Accent Flex technology for powerful weed control, which means 220,000 reasons to say, "Heck yeah, I grew that." Fibermax cotton from BASF. Innovation in every bag. Always read and follow label directions.
Think big, print big with Slate Group. Slate Group is an experienced commercial printer specializing in all your printing needs. From large to small quantities and quick turnaround times, Slate Group is the only call to make. In addition, we offer customized promotional products. Our focus on quality craftsmanship can be seen on print collateral across the nation. Located at 6024 45th Street in Lubbock, our Slate Group team is local and committed to helping you achieve and surpass your goals. Visit us online at www.slategroup.com to discover how we can deliver an exceptional product that elevates your presence.
Welcome back in to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. I'm Cody West along with Ryan West as Lamesa has the ball 1st and 10 to start the second quarter. Here's the snap. Flag on the play. It'll be a handoff for a short gain, but I think that's offsides against us.
Well, you could see it. I don't know if that was on number 8, Ben Castillo, but he was ready to go. It's always my favorite when I see defenders get ready to jump the gun and try and guess the snap count.
So that'll make it 1st down and 5 after the offsides call against the Wildcats. And is that the first penalty of the night against us?
I believe so. I could be mistaken, but I believe so.
Second quarter brought to you by Wildcat Laundry. Quarterback for Lamesa, out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks to throw, has a man, and it's just threw it on that back shoulder. The intended receiver, number 13, couldn't make the catch. That was J.D. Rubio for Lamesa. So Lamesa comes back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 5. And even though they run the spread like us, they sure don't run tempo like we do.
No, they kind of do it old-fashioned, like to sit and take their time and get the call from the sideline.
Yeah, they don't go near as fast as we do. Ramos out of the shotgun, takes the snap. He'll hand it off, coming to the near side. They cut it up across the 30, down to the 28-yard line. And I believe that was Gabe Mata in there on the tackle, as well as.
I also saw number 7, Jacob Silvas in there, and number 55, the senior Uriel Ibarra in there.
So that'll make it 3rd down and 1. 11 minutes left in the second quarter of play. Wildcats on top 21-7. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Lugo up the middle. He's hit and brought down. He gets the 1st down, but not much more.
And that was a great shed block by number 55, Uriel Ibarra again, getting blocked and shedding it and just getting him on the ground.
Timeout on the field. It's an injury timeout as one of the Tornadoes are slow to get up. Each team has scored each time they've had the ball, but Littlefield did take advantage of a turnover on a kickoff after our 2nd touchdown and turned that into 6 points to make the score 21-7 Littlefield. So the injured player is helped off the field or comes off under his own power. First down and 10. Double slot formation for the Golden Tours. Quarterback out of the shotgun. That's Ramos. Here's the snap. Drops back. Has time. Lets it fly near the sideline. Complete and out of bounds at the 15-yard line for Lamesa.
You know, that was just a good play by Lamesa. Number 32, Jonas Camacho, was out there on pursuit. He just got a little beat.
Camacho runs him out of bounds. And it will be a first down, but we've got a timeout. Timeout taken on the field with 10 minutes and 24 seconds left. This is a Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be back right after this.
At Littlefield ISD, we're not just upgrading facilities, we're creating opportunities. Where students excel in dual credit courses, engage in effective vocational programs, and achieve associate's degrees upon graduation. Our staff brings real-world experience, guiding students to think critically and solve problems. Here we stand united in our mission to develop and inspire every student as we embrace the spirit of Wildcat magic.
Welcome back into Lamesa. I'm Cody West along with Ryan West. Olivia Seha on the camera now for us. And hopefully we've got all our bugs worked out. That first quarter was, here on the broadcast anyway, a little bumpy.
Just a little bit. I mean, same with anything. As soon as you start it, after a whole year of not doing it, you know, a little rusty.
I'm trying to do some things to make it a little bit better. I don't know if you've noticed, but we've got some actual TV commercials now for some of our sponsors, and trying to do things a little bit better. And that means new equipment, new things for me to learn, which is hard. It's hard for me to learn things. So here we go, 1st and 10, Lamesa, quarterback out of the shotgun, trips right. Here's the snap. Ramos pressure. He throws, and as a man in the end zone, touchdown.
You know, that was just unfortunate. He just got behind Zane Champion and Jonas Camacho, but Jaden Barrio was on pursuit. If he didn't let go of that ball at the right time he did, Jaden Barrio would have leveled him.
Yep. But he did. And Lamesa makes it 21-13. Wildcats on top. They're going to try the extra point kick. 10 minutes and 19 seconds left here in the second quarter of play. Extra point kick is up, and it is through the uprights. And that makes your score 21-14, Littlefield by 7. We'll be back right after this.
Hillcrest Funeral Home is Littlefield owned and operated and has been since 2007. We are proud supporters of the Wildcats, Lady Cats, and our Wildcat Band. I'm Shauna Wagley Hastings, and my promise is to always offer you personal and compassionate care in your time of loss. Hillcrest is hometown, and we are always here for you. Come see us at 1305 Phelps Avenue in Littlefield. Hillcrest Funeral Home, cherish the memories, honor the legacy.
On your corner and in your corner, headquartered in Littlefield, Texas since 1946, First Federal Bank is your hometown bank with hometown personalities. No name changes, no 1-800 numbers, no branches, just roots right here in Littlefield, Texas, home of the Fighting Wildcats. Come in and join the winning team and experience First Federal Bank hospitality today. First Federal Bank Littlefield, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS 494763. Welcome back into Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. I'm Cody West along with Ryan West, where the Wildcats lead this game 21-14. We'll accept the kickoff after Lamesa scores. Sammy Signs, the deep man, standing at about the 6-yard line for the Wildcats. Here's the kick from the south 40-yard line. It's going to be brought down at the 10. On the starburst will keep number 2, Gabe Mata. Instead of handing it off, he just kept it, carries it across the 20 to about the 22-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, that was a great decision that Gabriel Manta just made. He saw the defender right in his face and just decided to keep the ball.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Littlefield. We've scored every time we've had the ball here. 10 minutes and 10 seconds left in the Wildcat Laundry second quarter. So here we go. Littlefield goes with 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Castaneda out of the shotgun, takes the snap. He'll hand it off right up the middle. A little broken tackle to the 30-yard line. And that's Daniel Rojas on the carry and a nice gain of about 7. Wildcats right back to the line. Everybody in a bunch on the far side. The swing pass gets the first down to Zane Champion. He carries across the 35 to the 36. They knocked down the official on the far side.
Well, I was over here watching the side. Number 3 just slung down. Number 51, Tate Clark. That should have been an unsportsmanlike on Lamesa.
No flags. So here we go. Quarterback Castaneda takes the snap. He'll hand it off over the left tackle. A broken tackle, but then here come the Golden Tours swarming. Daniel Rojas nowhere to go.
You know, before the game we were talking, I really like seeing Daniel Rojas run the ball. It reminds me of that old school Littlefield, those big kids running the ball.
2nd down and 7. Here's the snap. Nate rolls right, steps up, throws, has a man deep. It's Barrio. Jaden makes the catch at the 19-yard line and goes down at the 15. A huge play for the Littlefield Wildcats as Castaneda connects with Barrio on a deep throw. And it's 1st and goal to go. Correction, 1st and 15. No. 1st and 10 from the 15. Here's the snap. Handoff. Rojas up the middle. Across the 10 to about the 9. Right back to the line. Here come the Cats. 2nd down and 3. Here's the snap. Rojas up the middle across the 5 to the 3. And now it'll be 1st down and goal to go. That's a First Federal Bank first down. And another Lamesa player slow to get up. Littlefield Wildcats offense here in the first half of play has looked impressive against this Lamesa defense.
Oh, for sure, especially how quick we're going. And I was fixing to bring up, as Daniel Rojas eats up yardage, 7 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards at a time, I got to give credit to this offensive line. They're working like a finely tuned oil machine, just getting holes big enough for him to slip through and eat these yards up.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, Coach Bryant mentioned in the pregame interview that we have more depth on the line than we've had in a good while. And, you know, I know it's hard to rotate guys in when we're running tempo like that, but drive after drive, we can put fresh legs out there because he has some depth on the line, both offensively and defensively. There's a timeout taken on the field. We'll take it with him, and we'll be back right after this.
Wildcat Laundry in Littlefield is a proud supporter of Littlefield High School athletics and wants to wish the Wildcats good luck in tonight's game. Wildcat Laundry is a clean, full-service laundromat with quality coin-operated washers and dryers for all your needs. Comforters too big for your home washer? Bring them to the Wildcat Laundry. Need to take care of several loads in a short time? Come to Wildcat Laundry, located at 901 Hall Avenue in Littlefield. Wildcat Laundry says go Cats.
Welcome back in to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. After that Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC timeout, Littlefield is knocking on the door here. 1st down and goal to go from the 3. Littlefield comes to the line of scrimmage. Castaneda under center. Takes the snap. He'll hand it off. Rojas bottled up and pushed back. No gain on the play.
Well, I can tell you just from the formation and the way that ran, I can tell you what that play was.
What was it?
That was 2 wham.
No, it wasn't. 8.5 minutes to go. Clock is rolling. 2nd and goal. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off over the right side. Zane Champion fights his way into the end zone, and that's a Heffington Farms Wildcats touchdown. And Littlefield extends their lead here. It's now 27-14.
Yeah, good job by Zane Champion just taking the hit and just driving it into the end zone.
Jaden Barrio on to kick. Gabe Mata, the holder. Kick is up,
and good. And also want to mention Cooper Price is the deep snapper. And the extra point kick for the Wildcats is good, makes it 28-14 Littlefield. We'll be back with more Wildcats football right after this.
Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, right here in Littlefield, provides grade A, Gold Star quality milk product manufacturers around the world. We are proud to be here in Littlefield, and we support our student athletes. Our philosophy is to be a good neighbor to everyone in this town. We take pride in our work and in our community. Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, farms and technology, achieving gold quality. Go Cats!
Here in Texas, tradition runs deep on the field and in our communities. For nearly 120 years, Wellington State Bank has stood by the citizens of Littlefield through tough times and touchdowns. From your first savings account to your game-winning business loan, we're here for every play. Wellington State Bank, your partners in progress in Wildcat Nation. Come see us today at 501 Phelps Avenue in Littlefield. Let's go Wildcats. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. Cody West, Ryan West, 8 minutes, 23 seconds left here in the Wildcat Laundry second quarter. After Littlefield's touchdown and extra point kick, here's the kickoff. It's short, comes down at the 28, and a fair catch is made there for Lamesa. The Wildcats defense comes back out onto the field. So far, an impressive start for the Wildcats offensively. I think both defenses have Littlefield hasn't struggled as much, but it's obviously going to be a high-scoring game, I think, tonight.
Oh, yeah, especially when both teams just take shots down the field at each other.
Yep. So here we go. Lamesa comes to the line of scrimmage. They're going to go trips on the left side, single receiver on the right. Quarterback Ramos out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Lugo up the middle. Gets to the second level of the Wildcats defense across the 35 to the 37-yard line.
Good stick by number 7, Jacob Silvas.
Second down at about 4 now. Or 3, rather, after a 7-yard gain. We are under 8 minutes to go in the first half. Ramos takes the snap, looks to throw. We've got ISO on the far side. It is incomplete as both players go to the ground. No flags.
That was good coverage by number 5, Nate Castaneda, just staying with him.
You know, Coach Bryant told us in the pregame interview, he said, we're still trying to find guys, rotating them around on the corners because we're pretty much going to be playing man defense out there most of the time. He said we'll switch in and out of a zone, but for the most part, we have to have guys out there that can play man defense on the edges. And if you have to put your quarterback in, do it.
I've heard that philosophy.
So Nate Castaneda out there on the left corner. Third down and 3. Here's the snap. Wildcats bringing pressure, but they're going to hand it off. It'll be a first down. Lugo across the 40 to the 41.
Good tackle by number 1, Jaden Barrio, getting his legs. And what do they call it? Where do they teach that? Florida. I think that was De La Cruz. The gator spin.
Yeah, I don't know. First and 10 for Lamesa at their own 41-yard line. 7:27 and rolling here in the second quarter. Camacho inching up from the right side. They're going to throw. They have a man, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 50-yard line. Lamesa wanted a late hit, but no flags. That was Sammy Signs that ran him out of bounds. I don't know if that was a missed assignment because I noticed Camacho was cheating up, and then that's the receiver was left wide open right out there.
Oh, you hate that. You know, when you think you're going to blitz or you got a stunt called and you're fixing a stunt and then you realize you got a man wide open out there.
Yep. That's what happened there in Lamesa. They don't get the first down. It's second down and 1. Ball is right at midfield. 2nd and 1 for the Golden Tornadoes, double slot formation. Here's the snap. Throw underneath, complete. First down and a big hit from Ben Castillo to turn it into a short gain, but it still moves the sticks.
That's the Ben Castillo I'm looking for from last year, who was all over the offense. Heat-seeking missile.
Yeah, he led the team in tackles last year for the Wildcats. Coach Bryant says he's expecting bigger things this year from Castillo on the defensive side. 6:43 and rolling. Lamesa down by 2 scores with the football. Here's the snap. Ramos has time, throws, have a man open, caught at the 34 and tackled there at the 32-yard line.
Good tackle by number 12, Sammy Signs. Number 7, Jacob Silvas was there, but he just didn't jump high enough. It went right over him.
And Lamesa right now doing a good job. Their receivers are doing a good job of just finding open space. With a dangerous quarterback back there. This kid started last year as a freshman. He's just a sophomore this year. And he has an arm. Trips right, single receiver on the left. Here's the snap. Looks to throw, has a man down the sideline, covered, flag. Zane Champion is going to get called for pass interference.
And you could tell just Zane wasn't trying to. He put his hands up, but when your arms get caught in their jerseys and stuff like that, and then knock them down, especially 9 times out of 10, they're going to throw it.
So that'll be a 15-yard penalty.
But I will say this. I'd rather have a 15-yard penalty, and I know you're going to say you'd rather have none at all, but a 15-yard penalty over a touchdown.
Yeah, and that may have saved a touchdown, but it was a well-thrown ball. Zane had him covered well, but he made contact too soon. So 1st and 10. 2 running backs now with the quarterback out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. This is Lugo, breaks a tackle, breaks 2 tackles, and the Wildcats just swarm him under. Great pursuit there by the Littlefield defense. Everybody just coming to the ball.
I was going to say you got to have that as a defense. That's a great job by the defense as a whole. Someone slow him down, someone else slow him down, and the whole defense gets there.
Wildcats defense trying to keep Lamesa out of the end zone here. You can kind of tell Lamesa has slowed their pace down. They weren't really running a lot of tempo early, but now you can kind of feel like, hey, we're just trying to keep Littlefield's offense off the field. Playing a little possession ball. 2nd down and 8. Trips right, Ramos takes the snap, throws left, complete to the running back, broken tackle, and he'll be brought down to the 10-yard line. Came out of his shoe. Sammy Signs on the tackle. And that was Lugo once again.
Kind of hearing some names repeat a lot for Lamesa.
Well, and Ramos, the quarterback, Lugo, the running back. I mean, I mentioned earlier, Lugo's been playing a long time on varsity. He's a senior. And Littlefield, we've been playing Lamesa in every sport, right? Every year. He's just an all-around athlete. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Wildcats are there, and a great job getting into the backfield. Uriel Ibarra comes in, beats the offensive line, gets through to the ball carrier, and brings him down for a loss, and now it's 4th down.
You got to love when the TNT or the tackle on that at the end get in there. I didn't see it was on the outside. I think it was Ben Castillo, but Uriel Ibarra, man.
Lamesa's big up front on the offensive line, but Littlefield's quick defensive line has been able to get through, and now the Wildcats are going to call a timeout. This is a Bill Wells Chevrolet timeout. We'll take it with them, and we'll be back right after this.
The Heffington family of Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation sends all the best to each member of the Littlefield Wildcats this season. Triple T Irrigation is an authorized TL irrigation systems dealer like no other. Hydrostatically powered TL systems are designed to deliver continuous movement to extend gearbox life. Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation, proud supporters of the Littlefield Wildcats.
Welcome back to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network, where the Wildcats lead this game by a score of 28-14. Lamesa has a big fourth down coming up here after the timeout. Littlefield's defense hasn't been able to keep Lamesa out of the end zone yet, but the two-score difference is because of a turnover on the kickoff. One of the kickoffs Lamesa didn't cover. So here we go. Littlefield's defense comes out. Here we go. Quarterback out of the shotgun, double slot formation. Here's the snap. Throw, batted down, and it falls incomplete. He had a man in the end zone, but the Littlefield defensive line gets in there and knocks it down. You know, I didn't see who got his hand on it.
I didn't either. I was trying to pay attention to the secondary, and they did a good job covering, and I really liked the hustle that everybody was just trying to get the ball while it was in the air.
I think it was either James Lockridge or Uriel Ibarra that got their hand on it, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Littlefield gets the ball back with 3:47 left here in the second quarter of play. Wildcats with a 2-touchdown lead. And here come the Cats. Castaneda goes out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. We only have 10 players. I was looking for the tight end. I was like, hold on a minute. And Littlefield's going to have to burn a timeout.
Well, I can tell you how embarrassing it is when you forget you're supposed to be out there and you hear the coaches screaming your name, and then you realize that they burned a timeout for you.
Yeah, that's a Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC timeout. Littlefield only had 10 men on the field. I was looking at them like, that doesn't look right. So they'll regroup in the huddle. Wildcats will keep it right here with 3:46 left in the second period of play. What's coming up at halftime? You're going to give us a college football report?
Everybody looks forward to it. That's all I hear. Where's my halftime college report? Well, don't worry. It's on the way. We got some big games, and we had some games last night, so I'll let you know how those went.
I'm looking forward. Is Auburn and Baylor playing tonight? Yeah, that's a game I'm wanting to know a score on. So here we go. 1st and 10 Littlefield after the timeout. Castaneda out of the shotgun, takes the snap, looks to throw. Has a man on the screen. It's complete to the 15-yard line, and they'll be pushed back there, maybe the 16. Was that Solis?
That was number 6, Blayton Solis.
Gain of about 5 on the play. There's the snap. Castaneda looking to throw. Complete to Jaden Barrio, breaks 2 tackles, but then they hang on by the shoestrings and bring him down at the 27-yard line. That's a First Federal Bank first down. Littlefield on the move. And now another timeout called. This is an injury timeout by Lamesa, so we'll keep it here, at least for the moment. This is about the 3rd Lamesa player that's gone down.
You know, and I hope it's nothing too serious. You know, when they grab their calf or hamstring or something, you always hope that it's, you know, nothing pulled or torn, but kind of looks like cramps.
Yeah, I know cramps hurt, but at the same time, it's no more frustrating thing that happen in a football game than to get cramps.
Well, I'll tell you this, from an ex-player, you may not like it, but when you're down on the ground with a cramp, nothing else in the world matters.
That's what I'm saying. I know it hurts. So the injured player for Lamesa comes off, and we're ready. 1st and 10 Littlefield, the First Federal Bank first down. 3:07 left here in the second quarter. Castaneda out of the shotgun, takes the snap. He'll hand it off, and no gain on the play. A handoff up the middle. And that was Solis, Blayton Solis on the carry. 2nd down and 10. Here's the snap. They go right back to Solis. This time he's got room over the right side, and he carries it to the 35-yard line, and a flag on the play. I think it's going to be hands to the face. We'll see the call from the referee. Personal foul, illegal hands to the face against the Wildcats. One of our offensive linemen got their hands up in the face mask.
And, sometimes those things are just accidental.
Yeah.
You try to get your hands up, and sometimes they slip off, and you hit them in the face mask.
Yep, it happens. So that'll push us back to the 17. .245 left here in the second quarter. Castaneda takes the snap, looks to throw, fires over the middle, has a man wide open, and it's incomplete. A beautifully thrown pass to Candelario. Ramiro Candelario, his first target tonight, and he couldn't hang on, and he was wide open.
It's the perfect pass. It's the curse. When they throw a perfect pass, it's the hardest pass to catch.
It's third down and about 20. 2:36 left here in the second quarter. Here's the snap. Nate looking to throw, has time, steps into the pocket, fires complete and out of bounds to Cooper Price here on the near sideline.
Good catch by number 4, Cooper Price, but also got to give credit to Nate Castaneda placing that ball kind of on the outside, letting him get out of bounds.
Now it's fourth down and about 13, and we'll have to punt it away, and this will be the first punt of the game by either team. Littlefield did fake a punt early in the game. I think on our first possession, we had a successful fake. Fourth down. Castaneda, who is the quarterback, also the punter, stands at the 15-yard line. Here's the snap. He'll kick it away. Spiraling kick. Lands at the 37 and bounces straight out of bounds. So no return. It'll be Lamesa football going the other way. 28-14 is our score here in the second quarter. 2 minutes and 27 seconds left. Wildcat Laundry brings the second quarter to you here on the broadcast. Lamesa comes to the line of scrimmage as the Wildcats defense comes back out onto the field. Tornadoes have 2 minutes and 27 seconds to work with. I believe they have all 3 timeouts. Trips right, single receiver on the left. Here's the snap, it's low. He'll pick it up and hand it off. The Wildcats are there to bring him down. Great pursuit there, number 54, James Lockridge makes the tackle for the Wildcats.
And I love seeing the defensive line get in the backfield and making stops.
And I apologize, that's 64, A.J. Cantu. A.J. on the tackle. Them old eyes got me again.
Telling you.
And here's another whistle. And this will be a timeout taken by Lamesa. Bill Wells Chevrolet timeout. We will take it with them, and we'll be back with more Littlefield Wildcats football right after this.
Trust the Lance Insurance Agency for all your insurance needs. They offer a better way to buy insurance. Visit with David McGehee and let him shop multiple carriers to get the most competitive rate available for auto, home, commercial, life, crop insurance, and more. Go by 2433 South Farwell Avenue in Littlefield, or give David a call at 385-1693 and let him find the best combination of price, coverage, and service just for you. The Lance Insurance Agency proudly supports the Wildcats and Lady Cats in all that they do.
Hey folks, Brian Bruce here from Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC in Plainview. It's time for back to school, and we have a great selection of new and used cars to fit every budget. Call clickbillwellschevrolet.com or come by and see us on I-27. At Bill Wells, we are professional grade, and we want to be your car dealer for life. Come experience the Bill Wells difference, where your next car is in plain view.
Where your next car's in plain view.
Welcome back into Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. Cody West along with Ryan West, where the Wildcats lead this game 28-14. Exactly 2 minutes left here in the second quarter. Lamesa with the ball out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. They're going to throw underneath, complete. And that's only about a 3-yard gain as he dropped way back to make the throw.
Well, when he made that throw, he had A.J. Cantu right in his face. And that was a good job by Jacob Silvas being there to make that tackle as soon as he touched the ball.
Clock is continuing to roll here. Lamesa, I said earlier, they had 3 timeouts left. They only have 1 timeout left with 1.5 minutes to go until halftime. Remember, Lamesa will get the ball to start the second half. Quarterback goes out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. Looking to throw. Lets it fly. Has a man open. Complete. Flag on the play. A big hit as he's knocked out of bounds by Sammy Signs, but we'll see what the penalty flag is all about. It's going to be a holding call against us. So they'll tack that on to the end of the play.
J.D. Rubio for Lamesa. First down.
They're not going to tack it on? Did they decline the penalty?
They may have declined it.
I guess so. I wasn't sure if that was first football game of the year. Been watching it for all my life. So here we go. Quarterback out of the shotgun. He's got pressure. And Littlefield, for the first time tonight, gets a quarterback sack back at the 48-yard line.
It's a good job by number 55, Yurley Barra, starting that. Runs to the, I don't know, just blitzes, I guess. That'd be the only way to put it.
They're going to lose 6 yards on the play. Second down now from the 49. 48 seconds left here in the first half. Here's the snap. Quarterback looks to throw, fires. Complete here on the near sideline, and he'll be brought out of bounds around the 40. Sammy Signs once again on the tackle.
I think Nate Castaneda was in on that too.
Third down now, 3rd and about 7. Quarterback out of the shotgun, double slot formation. Here's the snap. Ramos looking to throw. Fires down the middle. It's almost intercepted, but there's flags all over the place. That's going to be interference on us.
Man, I didn't see what happened with Blayton Solis. It like he just fell, and when he fell, he grabbed onto the receiver.
Yeah, he just tackled him. We'll await the call from the referee, but I believe it'll be interference on us. Yep. Pass interference against the Wildcats.
You know, while they're moving the ball and getting it ready, the defense needs to just take their time, recollect their bearings. There's only 35 seconds left in this first half, and Lamesa has the ball with the first down.
35 seconds. 1st and 10. It's a 2-touchdown lead for the Wildcats here. Ramos out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. Littlefield with an all-out blitz. He lets it fly. Man open. Complete. 5. Goal line. Touchdown. Yeah, we sold out. And the quarterback got rid of it just in time. And it's 28-20, Littlefield on top.
You know, that's just the thing when you sell out like that. The secondary's got to be ready, and I know, you know, from standing back there in the secondary when everybody blitz, you just want to watch the quarterback and watch the ball.
Extra point kick for Lamesa. It'll be no good. And that'll make your score 28-20. He didn't even get to kick it. I didn't see what happened.
No, I didn't know if he saw what happened. The ball just kind of rolled on the ground about 2 yards, and A.J. Cantu just jumped on it. Good head awareness.
It was a bad snap, and Littlefield leads it by 8, 28-20. We'll be back right after this from Brown Flying Service.
Brown Flying Service in Littlefield provides agricultural aerial application services to crop producers across the South Plains. They offer full-service spraying and crop dusting for your agriculture operation. The Browns are longtime supporters of the Littlefield Wildcats and send them all the best in tonight's game. Based at the Littlefield Taylor Brown Municipal Airport, it's Brown Flying Service supporting the Wildcats this season.
Welcome back into Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network, where the Wildcats lead this game 28-20. 29.9 seconds left here in the second quarter of play. As Lamesa will kick it off from the South 40. Two men back deep to receive the kick this time for the Wildcats, both standing on the 10-yard line. Here's the kick, comes down to Sammy. He muffs it. And he picks it up at the goal line. Sammy signs on the return across the 10, will be tackled at about the 13-yard line, and Littlefield will have 23 seconds to work with.
Now, he may have been mad at himself right there for their little gain, but he made the smart decision. When he touched the ball, he didn't run to the back of the end zone. He took it out.
Yeah, you have to. So the Wildcats offense will come back out onto the field. Lamesa did win the toss prior to the football game and deferred to the second half. So they'll get the ball to start the second half of play. Here we go. Castaneda out of the shotgun. Two receivers left, one on the right. Here's the snap. They throw complete to the near side. Barrio, and he's wrestled out of bounds at the 22. Stops the clock with 20 seconds. Littlefield right back to the line. Nate hands it off right up the middle. Solis to the 30-yard line. It'll be a First Federal Bank first down, but that should run out the clock unless we call a timeout. They stopped it with 8 seconds, and now they'll let it roll. And Littlefield will let the clock run out. And that'll do it for the first half of play. An exciting first half here in Lamesa. Littlefield leads it 28-20. We'll be back with your halftime show coming up right after this.
Needing a tow can ruin your day. Whether it be a breakdown, flat tire, or even a wreck. If you ever need a tow, Always Towing is here to make it less stressful and more cost efficient for you. Always Towing is located in Littlefield, Texas, and services the entire area. They provide light and heavy-duty towing, rollback services, winch outs, and wheel lifts for trucks. Their experienced drivers are available 24 hours a day. Call 385-3800. That's 385-3800 for Always Towing. The Holmes family of Always Towing sends all the best to the Littlefield Wildcats in tonight's game.
The Lamb County Electric Cooperative was established in 1938 for the purpose of making life better for our community, and today they continue to strive for that purpose. LCEC is committed to providing safe, reliable electric service at the lowest practical cost. The Lamb County Electric Co-op is proud of its well-trained, quality workforce that meets the changing needs of its membership. Proudly serving you and all of the communities in our coverage area, the Lamb County Electric Co-op, a touch-tone energy cooperative.
Have you been thinking about updating your home with a new remodel? If you are, the only call to make is to Eli Cueto of Durable Builds. Let us transform your house into your dream home. Durable Builds is insured and serves the entire area. We specialize in kitchen remodeling, but have experience in whole house renovations, including room additions, family, dining, living, laundry, and closet spaces. For more information, visit DurableBuilds.com. or call 806-891-1076. And let's get started on a personalized home remodel just for you.
AAA Truck Federated Auto Parts isn't a chain store. It's locally owned by your neighbors who really care about you. John and Charlene McBride and their staff are here to make sure you get the right part at the right price. In addition to quality federated parts, AAA also provides expert vehicle repair, offering oil changes for less money than out-of-town counterparts. Plus, brake jobs, air conditioner service, and more. There's no reason to go anywhere else for auto parts or auto repair. AAA Federated Auto Parts, located north of Littlefield on Highway 385, quality automotive parts and accessories, and Littlefield owned and operated.
Welcome back into Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. I'm Cody West, where the Wildcats lead this game by a score of 28-20 over the Lamesa Golden Tours, and the Marching Cats take the field here for the first time in 2025 to perform for the home crowd here on the Lamesa sideline. And the Marching Cats will obviously perform at every halftime show throughout the season, in addition to marching contests as well. We're looking forward to the Littlefield Marching Cats and their performances here at halftime this year. Well, Ryan, 28-20 the score. Littlefield offensively, to me, looked really good in the first half. And, defense not too bad as well. But Lamesa is a good football team. Make no mistake about it. They've earned the 20 points that they have, but the difference in the game really is just that turnover.
Yeah, it was just that one turnover on kickoff. But, you're right. Lamesa is a really good football team. And we got some upperclassmen, but, our offensive line is still kind of young. We got some seniors up there. And no one really ever takes this into consideration. First game jitters. You're back. It's been a year. You're starting, you went through 2-a-days. You're doing hot practices. It's hot. School kind of wears you down, and then you got to come out here and you got to perform.
Yeah, and, first game jitters, first game, mistakes. Every team wants to improve from week to week to week. And, if you can come out and perform well in week one, that gives you a lot to build on. And, of course, coaches will always find mistakes and always find things they need to work on, especially when you go back and watch film. But offensively tonight, I think it's great execution for the Wildcats. Defensively for Littlefield, as you saw that second quarter go on, we started to get more pressure on their quarterback getting into the backfield. We had a sack in the second quarter. We had a batted down pass on a fourth down in the second quarter. And so kind of seems like our defense was getting stronger as the first half went.
Well, even on the field goal attempt, or the PAT, point after kick, AJ Cantu just hits the center and the ball goes rolling.
Yeah. We've been getting after them up front. And hopefully that will continue throughout the second half, and our defense will be able to wear them down even more. And, that's kind of the name of the game for the Wildcats. Coach Mitchell and his offense, they want to put pressure on the defense, go fast, tempo, right to the line, run the next play, and just wear out a defense. Well, defensively for Littlefield, it's kind of like, you want to do the same thing. And even though we're undersized up front against Lamesa's offensive line, seems like they're having a real hard time dealing with our quickness.
And I was going to say, and we talked about this last year, and usually when you get a real fast, real small, doesn't mean they're not strong, but speed kills.
Yeah, it always does. And that's another thing, too, that I'm a little bit not really surprised by, but happy with, because to me in the two scrimmages, it looked like we were maybe a step slower than we were last year, just at the skill positions. But tonight, man, our guys have been blazing it. Zane Champion had a big touchdown. He was gone. Jaden Barrio has had a couple of big catches as well. And so, I think that what I saw in the scrimmages probably wasn't the reality of it, is that we've got some fast receivers and football pads down there.
Oh, yeah. And not only the receivers, just all around. In the scrimmages, you're still kind of trying to figure out where everybody's going to go, so they're a little shy of that position. They may not go as hard if they're playing end or linebacker or safety or corner just because they're not 100% sure if they're playing it right. But tonight, we're getting after it, and I really appreciate on the defensive side just watching everybody get to the football.
Yeah, the other thing about scrimmages too, and the way that we play offense now, is that until you get into that live quarter, the scrimmages are controlled. So you run a play, you huddle up, you run a play, you huddle up. And so our quickness and speed wasn't really on display, I think, in the scrimmages because we weren't able to go tempo until the live quarter. So, that's something that I'm real happy with tonight. We look quick. We look physical on defense, and all the way around, I'm pretty happy with the first half of play. You don't like that you've given up 20 points, but Lamesa's an explosive offense. They're a team that made the playoffs last year for the first time in a long time, and they're trying to build on a young team, and they've got a lot of talent as well. But Littlefield with an 8-point lead at the halftime break. I think in the second half we could really I don't know if we can run away with it, but we could really kind of put this thing away early in the third quarter. If we get a stop right out of the gates, Lamesa gets the ball, we get a stop on that first possession, go score. We can get a couple more stops or turnovers. I don't see them really being able to stop our offense tonight.
No, I don't either, and I completely agree with you. Lamesa's slowing down. They're starting to get a little tired, a little worn. This is what we do. That's what Coach Bryan and Coach Mitchell and all the other coaches at Littlefield train these guys to do specifically, is just go and go and go and go and go until the final whistle blows.
And so far, it's looked pretty good here in the first half. Littlefield on top 28-20. Let's take another timeout. We'll be back. We'll take a look at some college games going on tonight. And much more here on the halftime show. We'll be back right after this.
It's not about the halls you walk through. It's not about the walls that surrounded you. What lasts is the growth, the connection, memories, and traditions that shape who you become. Here we aren't just building facilities. We're building futures, where modern tools meet timeless values, resilience, integrity, and community. Because what matters most isn't what's new, it's what endures.
Hillcrest Funeral Home is Littlefield owned and operated and has been since 2007. We are proud supporters of the Wildcats, Lady Cats, and our Wildcat Band. I'm Shauna Wagley Hastings, and my promise is to always offer you personal and compassionate care in your time of loss. Hillcrest is hometown, and we are always here for you. Come see us at 1305 Phelps Avenue in Littlefield. Hillcrest Funeral Home, cherish the memories, honor the legacy.
Hard work, honest living, and a family legacy make up the fabric of our ag communities. Conventional ag banking with handshakes is what First Federal Bank does best. We offer farm and ranch real estate financing, ag operating lines of credit, equipment financing, and more. Save money with low competitive operating rates and our long-term fixed-rate real estate options. Call 806-385-7511 or find us online at firstfedlfd.com.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Wildcat Laundry in Littlefield is a proud supporter of Littlefield High School athletics and wants to wish the Wildcats good luck in tonight's game. Wildcat Laundry is a clean, full-service laundromat with quality coin-operated washers and dryers for all your needs. Comforters too big for your home washer? Bring them to the Wildcat Laundry. Need to take care of several loads in a short time? Come to Wildcat Laundry, located at 901 Hall Avenue in Littlefield. Wildcat Laundry says go Cats.
Welcome back in to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network at the halftime show brought to you by Wellington State Bank. We want to say thanks to our friends at Wellington State Bank for their sponsorship this year of Littlefield Wildcats football here at the Littlefield Sports Network. The Wellington State Bank halftime show continues as Ryan started something last year. Want to continue it this year as well. Talking a little bit about some college football. What's happening in the world of NCAA?
Everybody loves college football. And a few years ago, or it may have been last year, they started playing on Friday nights. We had some games last night. We've been waiting, and it's finally here. So I got the top 25 for y'all. This week it's probably going to be a little bit boring because you know how preseason ranks work. Some people deserve it, some people don't. We got all over. We got games tonight. There's so many games right now that I'm not going to be able to hit all of them. But right now, fun fact, next to me, the Baylor-Auburn game is going on.
Okay, what, you got it on the phone over there or what?
I'm not watching it, but it's on the phone.
I got you.
But Auburn's leading Baylor 17-10. So we got that going.
That sounds like a good game, 7-point game.
It is.
I'm one of those guys who I'm not like a Tech fan and then I hate all of the other Texas teams. I'm a Tech fan, but then I root for the other Texas teams if they're not playing Tech, right? I'm a fan of Texas high school football players, and most Texas colleges, their teams are made up of mostly former Texas high school football players. So it's hard for me to root against Texas high school players even after they go to college and the NFL as well. So I'm pulling for Baylor, plus I hate the SEC.
You might offend a lot of people with that SEC comment, but you also got a lot of people who agree with you. So in this other game I got right here, Colorado and Georgia Tech are tied right now 10-10. This was played a while ago, or this is going on right now. I'm sorry. This whole app is way out of whack. The number 12, Illinois, is playing Western Illinois, 31-0. Illinois is leading. When was that? Last week when Kansas played Iowa State, K-State played Iowa State. Iowa State pulled off an upset against K-State out of country. Where did they play? Was it in Ireland?
Yeah, they were in Ireland, and it was raining the whole time.
How fun. You got to love rain games. Yesterday, another upset without Ashton Genty. Boise State goes down to South Florida 34-7.
Yeah, that was a surprise. I think a lot of people thought Boise State was, going to reload after last year's team, and of course they had, Genty, that really good running back who went to the NFL, but they didn't show up the other day.
No, they did not. Tomorrow, the big game everybody's talking about. If you're not a Tech fan, you got Texas and Ohio State. Texas is going to Ohio State.
Yeah, that's going to be like an 11 o'clock kickoff. They've got that 11 o'clock time slot, so, you could get up, throw some meat on the grill, kind of get settled in and watch that 11 o'clock game. And, I like it when they have big games early in the year. Not everybody's playing, no-name teams, at least out as far as the top 25. So I think that game is going to be great for college football. I think whoever the loser is probably not going to drop in the rankings much. They may dip, but whoever loses that game is not knocked out of any chance of anything come November. So it'll be fun and a good game to watch. And we'll see what happens.
And most certainly, I wouldn't want a better game to kick off Saturday football with. So we got Texas and Ohio State tomorrow morning. We got Syracuse and the number 24, Tennessee. I'm going to skip through some of these. We're kind of running out of time. Iowa State, South Dakota, Oregon, Montana State.
Did you say Iowa State?
Iowa State.
And South Dakota?
And South Dakota.
South Dakota is a sneaky good team.
Hiding under the radar. UTSA and Texas A&M. Would you look at that? You got another big game tomorrow. LSU and Clemson.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
That one's going on at 6:30, Michigan and New Mexico. And then we got my favorite. Here we are. We got the Texas Tech Red Raiders playing the Arkansas Pine Bluff High School. Here we go.
Well, and it might get, I don't know, they said it was sold out, but we've got like a 90% chance of thunderstorms tomorrow night. So
only true Tech fans are going to be there. I got two more here before we are done because we are almost done. We got Alabama playing Florida State, and then another big game tomorrow. Two ranked teams, Miami and Notre Dame.
Yeah, there's going to be some good games tomorrow. So let me ask you this. If it just starts pouring at the Tech game, are you going to stick it out or are you going home?
Well, I'm so much of a Tech fan, I'm probably just going to buy a poncho and stick it out.
Is that right?
I think so.
What if it's like 42-0 at halftime and then it starts raining?
Then I might be like, all right, we can listen to it on the radio.
Well, in any case, it's going to be an exciting season of college football. It's going to be an exciting season of high school football. And, I'm looking forward to how things shake out not only here at the high school level but at the college level as well. And I also look forward to your weekly college football reports here on the broadcast every Friday night at halftime.
Oh, it's going to be interesting talking about last week and what's fixing to happen and who we're going to play. You know, the whole college football, it's up for grabs. Let's see who takes it.
Yeah, you know, the Littlefield Wildcats with that Week 10 bye, we don't have a bye week until we play all 10 games. So just like last year, this season is going to be a grind for the Wildcats. And, you know, getting back to us, to the high school team, it's going to be important for us to stay healthy. And you know, it's going to be a grind just like it was last year. But what helps that for us, I think, is that we have 6 home games. So didn't really talk about it much in the first half, but this is our longest road trip of the season, at least until the playoffs. Who knows where we'll go, but this is our longest road trip of the season here tonight, and only 4 away games this year for Littlefield. So we're getting one of them out of the way right here in week 1, and that means 6 home games for the Wildcats this year. We need a big home field advantage at Wildcat Stadium. If you haven't been by the stadium, they've been doing a lot of work to it. Of course, the roof blew off of the press box last spring, so they built a brand new press box, but they painted it. They put asphalt down underneath the bleachers. They've done a lot of work to it to spruce that thing up. They took that opportunity after the roof blew off to kind of spruce up the stadium, and it's looking really nice. Hopefully we'll have some good weather this year, but 6 home games for the Wildcats, looking for a big home field advantage.
And it's going to be great, you know, playing at home. And I'm going to tell all you listening, if you can make it out to the Wildcat Stadium when they play at home, please do. There's been times where we've had a great game going on, and you can hear a pin drop in the crowd. And I will know if you are cheering and not. So if you come out, please cheer, please clap, please yell. That's your time to get loose. Let all that work stress out at a Friday night football game for your Littlefield Wildcats.
Yeah, it's a pretty good stress reliever. Get out there and, you know, it's the only place in town you can act a fool and not get thrown in jail. You know, you can't just walk into United and start, you know, screaming and hollering and whistling and clapping and stuff. People look at you funny.
Oh, yeah.
You go do that at a football game and it's normal. So anyway, the Wildcats lead this game 28-20. Thanks for that college football report. We're going to take another break, and we'll be back with your second half action coming up right after these words. You're watching Littlefield High School Sports here on the Littlefield Sports Network.
Here in Texas, tradition runs deep on the field and in our communities. For nearly 120 years, Wellington State Bank has stood by the citizens of Littlefield through tough times and touchdowns. From your first savings account to your game-winning business loan, we're here for every play. Wellington State Bank, your partners in progress in Wildcat Nation. Come see us today at 501 Phelps Avenue in Littlefield. Let's go Wildcats. Member FDIC.
The Heffington family of Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation sends all the best to each member of the Littlefield Wildcats this season. Triple T Irrigation is an authorized TL irrigation systems dealer like no other. Hydrostatically powered TL systems are designed to deliver continuous movement to extend gearbox life. Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation, proud supporters of the Littlefield Wildcats.
Trust the Lance Insurance Agency for all your insurance needs. They offer a better way to buy insurance. Visit with David McGehee and let him shop multiple carriers to get the most competitive rate available for auto, home, commercial, life, crop insurance, and more. Go by 2433 South Farwell Avenue in Littlefield, or give David a call at 385-1693 and let him find the best combination of price, coverage, and service just for you. The Lance Insurance Agency proudly supports the Wildcats and Lady Cats in all that they do.
Hey folks, Brian Bruce here from Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC in Plainview. It's time for back to school, and we have a great selection of new and used cars to fit every budget. Call clickbillwellschevrolet.com or come by and see us on I-27. At Bill Wells, we are professional grade, and we want to be your car dealer for life. Come experience the Bill Wells difference, where your next car is in plain view.
Where your next car's in plain view.
Brown Flying Service in Littlefield provides agricultural aerial application services to crop producers across the South Plains. They offer full-service spraying and crop dusting for your agriculture operation. The Browns are longtime supporters of the Littlefield Wildcats and send them all the best in tonight's game. Based at the Littlefield Taylor Brown Municipal Airport, it's Brown Flying Service supporting the Wildcats this season.
Needing a tow can ruin your day. Whether it be a breakdown, flat tire, or even a wreck. If you ever need a tow, Always Towing is here to make it less stressful and more cost-efficient for you. Always Towing is located in Littlefield, Texas, and services the entire area. They provide light and heavy-duty towing, rollback services, winch outs, and wheel lifts for trucks. Their experienced drivers are available 24 hours a day. Call 385-3800. That's 385-3800 for Always Towing. The Holmes family of Always Towing sends all the best to the Littlefield Wildcats in tonight's game.
Welcome back into Littlefield Wildcats football as we are ready for the second half of play. I want to say thanks to our halftime show sponsors, Wellington State Bank. And our third quarter is sponsored by Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest as the Wildcats will kick it off here. Something happened on the first try, but we'll try again. I don't know if the ball blew off the tee or what. And you mentioned we do have some thunderstorms in the area. Hopefully we can get this game in. Here's the kickoff. It's a line drive taken to the 25-yard line for the fair catch, and it'll be Lamesa's ball.
Number 11 for Lamesa. Got to be a little careful with that. You put your hand up, and then you start kind of take off jogging.
Lamesa did win the coin toss before the game. They deferred to the second half. Littlefield leads it 28-20. So the ball will be spotted at the 30-yard line for Lamesa. They'll be moving from left to right. That's north to south here at Golden Tornado Stadium.
But yes, going back to your comment, there is some lightning behind us.
Yeah, that would be good if it goes around us. So here we go. Quarterback goes out of the shotgun for Lamesa. They've got doubles, but they're in tight. Here's the snap. Ramos looks to throw, has a man, and it is almost caught but falls incomplete. Nate Castaneda out here on the near side in coverage. And it'll be second down after the incomplete pass.
A good job by Nate Castaneda watching the receiver's eyes and throwing his hands up as the ball got close.
Second down and 10. Play comes in from the sideline for the Tours. Trips right, single receiver on the left. Ramos and Lugo in the backfield. Here's the snap. Ramos looking to throw, swings it out to Lugo out of the backfield. Wildcats swarm him under, and he'll be pushed back for a loss of yardage back at the 27-yard line.
And just like we were saying, as soon as Lamesa touches the ball, we got everybody there. Good job by number 55, Yuri Barra, in the backfield already, chasing him down from the backside.
Yep. And I love the way as this game has gone on, our defensive front has just been able to disrupt the Lamesa plays. Shotgun trips left. Ball is on the right hash mark. Here's the snap. Ramos looking to throw. Fires. It is caught. And the tackle is made by Castaneda at the 43-yard line. That'll be a first down for Lamesa. First and 10, Tornadoes. They'll spot it at the 44. Here's the snap. Quarterback, he'll keep. Going to the left side, tripped up. Great job by the Wildcats. Ben Castillo shot through and brings the quarterback down for a loss.
And there it is. Ben Castillo shooting the gap and getting the quarterback down.
So it'll be second down and about 13 now. Second and 13 for the Golden Ramos and Lugo in the backfield. Here's the snap. Ramos, three-step drop, has time, lets it fly, and it was off the mark behind the intended receiver.
Heard footsteps. We had 7 defenders, or 7. I was looking at number 7, Jacob Silvas. We had 3 defenders in the area.
So now it's third down, third and long for Lamesa, third and about 13. Ramos takes the snap, looks to throw. And it is incomplete. And a good job there by Nate Castaneda, who was able to come around, and Ramos just kind of telegraphed that throw. I don't think there was any doubt as he was just staring down his receiver. Castaneda is able to come around and get a hand on the pass, and it never really had a chance.
No, it didn't. Good job by Nate Castaneda, but all 3 of them, 5, 6, and 8, Blaine Solis and Ben Castillo, all in the area.
So we talked about it at the halftime break. What does Littlefield need to do in the second half to run away with this thing? Step 1, get a stop on the first possession. We've done that. Here's the punt. Sidewinder lands at the 35 and will bounce there at the 32. So it'll be Littlefield ball, 1st and 10 at our own 32-yard line. And the Littlefield offense comes back out onto the field. With a 28-20 lead, 9 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the third quarter of play, brought to you by Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, the milk plant. Here come the Cats. Nate Castaneda out of the shotgun. The running back for the Wildcats is Rojas. Sammy Signs in motion. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left. Here's the snap. They'll give to Rojas over the right tackle. He cuts it up, breaks through. He's to the 40, and that's a gain of about 9 yards on first down for Rojas.
And that's what I was talking about, Rojas and the O-line earlier, just making holes and just letting Rojas get free and run.
Good vision. 2nd and 1. Here's the snap. Castaneda hands it off once again. It's a First Federal Bank first down as he carries it to the 49-yard line. And another whistle. It's a penalty flag. Officials are mulling it over. See what the call is. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Wildcats, and 1 against Lamesa. They'll offset.
You know, nobody ever talks about it unless you played, but it gets pretty nasty on that O-line.
First down and 10. Wildcats near midfield. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Rojas is hit, but he keeps those legs pumping to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10. We're down to 9 minutes left here in the third quarter. Castaneda takes the snap, throws. Sammy Signs on the slant. Complete down to the 31-yard line, and he was covered up, and that wasn't Sammy, that's Gabe Mata.
A great pass by Nate Castaneda to Gabe Mata, just on the slant.
First Federal Bank first down. Here's a handoff. Rojas over the right tackle, and the rugby push gains about 3 yards.
Good job getting yards by Danny Rojas, but that last play, being covered and making that catch, that's a big play.
Yep. And another whistle. The referee is going over to the Littlefield sideline. Thought he was running somebody out of the stadium, but it wasn't. I think it's a photographer over there on the track wearing a Lamesa shirt.
Well, I'll say this. One of the Lamesa players was looking at him, too.
Here's the snap. They're going to hand it off. Short gain on the play. Rojas again on the carry. So now it's 3rd and 5. Nate takes the snap. Now he'll look to throw. Standing in the pocket. He'll roll right. Now he'll tuck it and run. Nate hit hard, and a flag flies on the far sideline. He got the first down, and then he was leveled. That's going to be a late hit on Lamesa.
You know, it makes you kind of mad from out here. If I was an official, I'd probably eject that kid, but that's my Littlefield bias talking. You know, Nate Castaneda's laying down on our track without a helmet getting checked out by the trainers. That's uncalled for.
Yeah, and Nate, it's going to be a personal foul against Lamesa, but Nate has been battling injuries his whole high school career. You sure hate to see that happen on a late hit. I mean, hits happen in football. That's football. But when you're almost to the track and you get leveled. So Sammy Signs, the sophomore, will come in to play quarterback while they check out Nate on the far sideline. Sammy out of the shotgun. He takes the snap and he'll run. He has a hole to the 5, the goal line. That's a Heffington Farms Wildcats touchdown. Sammy Signs gets his first varsity touchdown of his high school career.
And, you know, I'm like this close from yelling just on the mic. It's really hard not to. But number 12, Sammy Signs, that's what we're talking about, depth. You got Nate Castaneda coming out at quarterback and Sammy Signs stepping in and scoring a touchdown.
There's another Lamesa player down. While they check out the injured Lamesa player, he's about the 4th, maybe the 4th or 5th Lamesa player who has been injured tonight. Looks like we're going to try the extra point kick. Jaden Barrio is the kicker. Gabe Mata is the holder. And Cooper Price is the deep snapper. So the injured Lamesa player comes off, and Littlefield will go for the 1-point kick. (34-20) is our score with 7 minutes and 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's the snap. Hold is down. The kick is up, and it's good. Jaden puts it through. And it's 35-20, Littlefield on top with 7 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the third quarter.
We're getting some more unsportsmanlike. Number 1 for Lamesa just shoved down. Number 88, Jose Payan. 2 officials just saw it.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Lamesa is what it looks like it's going to be. Dead ball, yep, unsportsmanlike. Oh, against us. And against them, so that's the second offsetting. You didn't say anything about our guy. You just said they pushed our guy down.
Well, from where I caught, you know, they always say second guy gets caught. I just saw Lamesa get domed down. I was like, ah.
So offsetting penalties. We'll keep it right here as they get ready to kick it off. The Littlefield Wildcats will kick to Lamesa here, leading 35-20. And it is the third quarter of play. 7 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. Yeah, getting pretty nasty down there. We've seen 2 offsetting penalties now. We've seen a late hit out of bounds on the Littlefield quarterback, all here in the third quarter.
And, it's all right to trash talk. Like, that's going to happen. You're going to trash talk. You're going to throw some hands and elbows. But when it starts getting real physical like that, that's when you got to kind of step in and intervene.
Yeah. And you don't want to cost your team. So here we go. Jaden Barrio to kick it off from the South 40. There's the kick. High, short. And it's going to be downed at about the 32-yard line by Lamesa as they just fall on it. So here comes the Wildcats defense once again. 7 minutes and 49 seconds left. So here we go. It'll be 1st and 10, Lamesa. Ramos goes out of the shotgun. And from what I'm seeing on the Littlefield sideline, I think we're going to be without Nate Castaneda for the rest of the night. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Lugo tries to jump through a hole, and the Wildcats wrap him up and bring him down.
Good job by number 32, Jonas Camacho, on the stop.
Gain of about 5. It's going to be 2nd down and 5. And an official's timeout.
You got Ben Castillo over there. He can barely walk.
Yeah, I think Ben's got cramps.
I was going to say, when the trainer or Coach Bryant grabbed his calf, he sure did turn around real fast.
Yeah, and Ben's one of those kids that doesn't really come off the field. Of course, he's primarily a defensive player, but he's in the rotation at running back as well, plays special teams. I think he's got a cramp. Yep. So Castillo will check out and get stretched out. We've got another Littlefield player cramping up here.
Well, I don't know if he's necessarily cramping up, and I think that's AJ Cantu. But, I mean, if you're standing there in the pile, might as well get stretched out just in case.
I guess so, yeah.
It's probably like, I don't want that happening to me.
7 minutes, 29 seconds left here in the third quarter. Littlefield on top, 35-20. So after the injuries, we're ready to go. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for Lamesa. Ramos out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Looking to throw, fires, has a man complete. The 50-yard line, the tackle made in Littlefield territory. Jaden Barrio on the tackle. That'll be at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10, Lamesa. Here's the snap. Ramos throws quick, complete on the outside. They've got another 1st down. An 11-yard gain on 1st and 10. And another Lamesa player is down. And a Littlefield player is down.
Injury-spoken game.
They need to get some electrolytes in these kids.
I tell you what, I know a lot of blue-collar people drink it, and I didn't really believe it until I started working blue-collar myself. It's a drink called Electrolyte.
Well,
I'm going to go advertise that on the sideline.
They didn't. Disclaimer: Electrolyte did not pay for that sponsorship.
Oh yeah, let's not get sued or copyrighted for that.
Shameless plug.
Hey, I'm just ratting out my sources. I should have said there is a very specific drink at the store that will cure your cramps, but then that just makes it sound bad. And then my phone's going to blow up of everybody asking me what it's called.
In any case, we've got players slow to get up for both teams. Lamesa player over on the Littlefield sideline. I'm guessing it's just cramps. While they check them out, we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
The Lamb County Electric Cooperative was established in 1938 for the purpose of making life better for our community, and today they continue to strive for that purpose. LCEC is committed to providing safe, reliable electric service at the lowest practical cost. The Lamb County Electric Co-op is proud of its well-trained, quality workforce that meets the changing needs of its membership. Proudly serving you and all of the communities in our coverage area, the Lamb County Electric Co-op, a Touchtone Energy cooperative.
Have you been thinking about updating your home with a new remodel? If you are, the only call to make is to Eli Cueto of Durable Builds. Let us transform your house into your dream home. Durable Builds is insured and serves the entire area. We specialize in kitchen remodeling, but have experience in whole house renovations, including room additions, family, dining, living, laundry, and closet spaces. For more information, visit durablebuilds.com or call 806-891-1076. And let's get started on a personalized home remodel just for you.
Welcome back into Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network, where the Wildcats lead this game 35-20. Lamesa has the football. 1st and 10 at the Littlefield 37. Here's the snap. Ramos throws to the sideline, complete. He's wrapped up, and forward progression is stopped. They blow the whistle. Lamesa fans were like, let him play.
No, I think the Lamesa fans were getting a little mad at Ben Castillo for going to cleaning up that play, but I thought it was a great job. Good job by number 8, Ben Castillo.
2nd down and about 7 now after a 3-yard gain. Ramos out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. 3-step drop. Throws, has a man wide open at the 10. Caught, touchdown. And Lamesa's not going down without a fight. 35-26 our score. Littlefield on top.
I didn't really see what happened, but I just know that number 41, Jonah Ramirez, the junior, who's labeled as a linebacker, was just out there by himself with no help.
Yeah, that was, I think, just a busted defensive assignment for the Wildcats there, and that was an easy touchdown for Lamesa. 5.5 minutes to go, 5:36 to be exact here in the 3rd quarter. It's already 9 o'clock. We may be playing till 11 tonight.
That's always fun.
Quarterback, or rather place kicker, ready to try the extra point kick. Snap is back, hold is down. The kick is through the uprights. And that makes your score 35-27, Littlefield on top. We'll be back with more Wildcats football right after this.
AAA Truck Federated Auto Parts isn't a chain store. It's locally owned by your neighbors who really care about you. John and Charlotte McBride and their staff are here to make sure you get the right part at the right price. In addition to quality federated parts, AAA also provides expert vehicle repair, offering oil changes for less money than out-of-town counterparts. Plus, brake jobs, air conditioner service, and more. There's no reason to go anywhere else for auto parts or auto repair. AAA Federated Auto Parts, located north of Littlefield on Highway 385, quality automotive parts and accessories, and Littlefield owned and operated.
There we go. Welcome back into Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. I'm Cody West, Ryan West, as we are ready for the kickoff from Lamesa after they scored 35-27 now, Littlefield on top, and the Wildcats will be without our starting quarterback for the rest of the game, I'm assuming.
It looked like it. Looking over there on the sideline, we got some binoculars up here, but they were ushering him off and telling him to go to the field house.
My guess is he's going to go get checked out at the hospital, but he was walking. I mean, it's not like they carried him off or anything, but I don't want to create anxiety on anybody's part that may be watching tonight. But his parents were down there, and then they all three walked off the field. So hopefully Nate will be okay. Prayers with him, but I think it's going to be Sammy Signs at quarterback the rest of the way. And that was Sammy who returned it. The sophomore to the 30-yard line. So here comes the Littlefield defense, the Littlefield offense minus Nate Castaneda.
We'll see how it goes. It's only week one, like we said. Sammy Signs getting some work in.
Sammy was the JV quarterback last year, played every game at quarterback on the junior varsity last year. Now is a sophomore on varsity here. Starting on defense, now he's in at quarterback. Here's the snap. He'll hand it off. Rojas, he's going to be hit in the backfield, nowhere to go, and he'll be brought down. They'll give him forward progress to the 29, so that'll be a loss of a yard.
It was just unfortunate events. You know, the whole defensive line slanted to the left and just got in the backfield.
Right back to the line. Here's the snap. Sammy looking to throw. Has a man on the sideline. It's complete. Jaden Barrio tackled at the 36.
You know, perfect timing between Jaden Barrio and Sammy Signs. He was ready to throw when Jaden turned around.
Third down and short now for the Wildcats. Here's the snap. Sammy, he's going to keep. Carrying over the right side. He's got the first down across the 40 to about the 44-yard line. It's a First Federal Bank first down. Right back to the line, 1st and 10. Sammy Signs out of the shotgun, takes the snap. He'll throw. Complete on the edge, outside near the sideline to Barrio, and he'll be wrapped up and brought down for a short gain of about 4. Now they'll give him a positive spot. That's a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5. Sammy takes the snap. He hands it off. Rojas over the right side. He's hit and brought down after a gain of about 4 to the 47. 3rd and 1. Littlefield on the move here. Here's the snap. Signs is going to keep, spins out of a tackle, cuts it up, gets the first down. He's still on his feet. Hang on to the ball, Sammy. He's down to the 40-yard line. It's another First Federal Bank first down.
You know, you got to give credit to Sammy. You know, Nate Castaneda goes down, and he's ready to come in, and he's playing. He's showing it.
They're spotted at the 41, first down and 10. Signs swings it out to the near side, complete to Gabe Mata. He's hit and knocked out of bounds at the 36. Gain of 5, 2nd down and 5. Sammy takes the snap, hands it off. Rojas up the middle. He's hit and brought down, but he'll gain positive yards to the 33.
You know, giving it to Daniel Rojas, it's just eating yards, eating yards, eating yards.
3rd and 2, and a whistle. And another, thinking maybe another injury. Somebody was slow to get up. They're going to send him out for Lamesa.
It's either that or they were tapping his hat. I think number 50's helmet came off. He's got to come out for a play.
I got you. So here we go, 3rd down and 2. Littlefield with the ball. Signs takes the snap. He's going to keep. Over the right tackle, gets the first down to the 30, down to the 29-yard line, and that's another First Federal Bank first down for the Wildcats. 3 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter, and rolling. Signs, drops back to pass, lets it fly as a man wide open. Gabe Mata makes the catch. Oh, it falls out of his hands. Oh, he caught it. He held on, and that's a touchdown. A Heffington Farms Wildcats touchdown. It looked like Gabe was bobbling the ball as he went down, and he's able to hang on for the score.
That was a great throw by Sammy Signs right there, perfect. And Gabe Mata just going up, it bobbles it, but he secures it, and he gets the touchdown. That's what matters.
Man, I thought he dropped it as he went down, but he was able to hang on to it. Here's the extra point kick from Jaden Barrio. It's good. And Littlefield now leads 42-27 over the Lamesa Golden Tornadoes with 2 minutes and 48 seconds left. Here in the third quarter of play, we'll be back right after this.
It's not about the halls you walk through. It's not about the walls that surrounded you. What lasts is the growth, the connection, memories, and traditions that shape who you become. Here we aren't just building facilities, we're building futures, where modern tools meet timeless values, resilience, integrity, and community. Because what matters most isn't what's new, it's what endures.
Hillcrest Funeral Home is Littlefield owned and operated and has been since 2007. We are proud supporters of the Wildcats, Lady Cats, and our Wildcat Band. I'm Shauna Wagley Hastings, and my promise is to always offer you personal and compassionate care in your time of loss. Hillcrest is hometown, and we are always here for you. Come see us at 1305 Phelps Avenue in Littlefield. Hillcrest Funeral Home, cherish the memories, honor the legacy.
Welcome back in to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. I'm Cody West at Lamesa, where the Littlefield Wildcats lead it by a score of 42-27. 2 minutes and 48 seconds left in the third quarter of play. Here's the Jaden Barrio kick. It's short and a fair catch called at the 39-yard line.
You know, I like what this kickoff team is trying to do. They're trying to catch Lamesa off guard, kicking it in the gap short, giving the kickoff team just enough time to get there and try and recover.
Yeah, we were able to recover one in the first quarter. And took that turnover and went down and put it in the end zone after that. So Littlefield really all three phases of the game looking pretty good, even though we've lost our starting quarterback tonight. Sammy Sines comes in relief of Nate Castaneda, and we didn't miss a beat. So here we go, 42-27, Littlefield. Lamesa with the ball. Quarterback Ramos out of the shotgun. Trips in a bunch on the near side. Here's the snap. They swing it out complete to Lugo. He's got the first down and out of bounds, and a flag on a late hit against the Wildcats. Gabe Mata came in and gave him a little shoulder out of bounds.
I mean, it happens, right?
It's gone both ways.
I guess we figured out that it's going to happen both ways, but of course, no one likes getting hurt, and I don't like seeing people get hurt, but I'm just a little more biased to one side than the other.
Yeah, when they do it, it's like, I can't believe they did that. It's dirty. When we do it, it's like, well, you know.
That's exactly how I feel. Just sweep it under the rug. Like, it happens, man. There's nothing you can do. It happens.
So big penalty against the Wildcats. It's Lamesa's football at the Littlefield 34-yard line. 2 minutes and 42 seconds left in the third.
First down, 34-yard line.
Here's the snap, flag on the play. It's going to be offsides on us. The throw complete at the 20 and tackle made at the 19.
Good tackle by number 1, Jaden Barrio, and number 64, A.J. Cantu getting in the backfield.
That offsides penalty will be declined, and they spot it at the 20. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Golden Tornadoes at the Littlefield 20-yard line. Clock is now under 2.5 minutes here in the third. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Up the middle to about the 16. Gain of 4, Lugo. Wildcats with a strong performance so far tonight, but as we get closer to the fourth quarter, we've got to be able to finish, right? You want to finish strong. Second down, here's the snap. Quarterback flushed out. He's going to throw to the end zone, has a man, but it's off the mark. And the quarterback, Ramos, was just getting pursued and made a bad throw.
You know, Gabe Mata was on that. He was right in front of him. He was running step by step with him, just overthrown. But, yes, going back to what you were saying just a few seconds ago before that one play, yes, fourth quarter is where you want to finish. You want to finish hard. You know, the coaches teach it in the locker room, the weight room, when you're conditioning, all of that. They always say fourth quarter.
That was A.J. Cantu that flushed the quarterback out of the pocket for the Wildcats. 3rd down and 6. Here's the snap. They hand it off. Lugo. He jukes and jives his way to the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Lamesa scores again.
You're right. It's a shootout.
Yep. Kind of had that feeling. After both teams scored pretty easy on the opening possession of the game, I thought, oh, it's going to be a high-scoring game. And it has been.
Well, the benefactor for us was we got that kickoff.
Yep. 42-33 the score. Littlefield on top. Here comes the extra point for Lamesa. Kick is up, and it is through the uprights. 42-34, Wildcats. We'll be back with more Littlefield football right after this.
Hard work, honest living, and a family legacy make up the fabric of our ag communities. Conventional ag banking with handshakes is what First Federal Bank does best. We offer farm and ranch real estate financing, ag operating lines of credit, equipment financing, and more. Save money with low competitive operating rates and our long-term fixed-rate real estate options. Call 806-385-7511 or find us online at firstfedlfd.com.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Wildcat Laundry in Littlefield is a proud supporter of Littlefield High School athletics and wants to wish the Wildcats good luck in tonight's game. Wildcat Laundry is a clean, full-service laundromat with quality coin-operated washers and dryers for all your needs. Comforters too big for your home washer? Bring them to the Wildcat Laundry. Need to take care of several loads in a short time? Come to Wildcat Laundry, located at 901 Hall Avenue in Littlefield. Wildcat Laundry says go Cats.
Welcome back in to Lamesa, Texas, where the Wildcats lead at 42-34. Lamesa has just scored. Here's the kickoff. On the return, it'll be carried up to about the 29-yard line. And it'll be Littlefield ball there.
Good return by number 6, Blayton Solis.
Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest brings the third quarter to you here on the broadcast. We've got 1:29 left in the third. So here come the Cats. Sammy Signs goes out of the shotgun. We've got a tight end on the right. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off up the middle. Nothing doing. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. That's going to be Jonas Camacho on the carry, number 32. Right back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Here's the snap. Signs will keep, and he's going to be hit hard at the 30. Gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Run hard on the tackle. 3rd and 9.
Big play here for the Wildcats. Signs takes the snap, looks to throw. Rolls right, throws, intercepted. The first turnover of the game for the Wildcats, and it's an interception by Lamesa. And Sammy, who is a left-handed quarterback, was rolling right, which is, you know, he's a sophomore. He's rolling right, he's left-handed, and he throws into double coverage. And that's a learning play right now for the young backup quarterback.
I was going to say that's nothing but learning. You know, that just comes with experience. He gets flushed out. He's rolling to the opposite side, so you know it's going to be awkward when he throws that ball.
He was looking for Jaden Barrio out there. And the first turnover of the game for Littlefield, and now Lamesa has the ball, 1st and 10, going the other way at the Wildcats' 34-yard line. They go 5 wide with an empty backfield. 3 on the right, 2 on the left. Ramos in the shotgun. Ramos, 3-step drop. Throws down the middle, has a man wide open, caught at the 10-yard line, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. And the momentum has officially swung.
You know, we're just coming off of bad circumstances. We throw an interception, we get our heads down. We can't be so deflated and defeat after one mistake. We got to keep our heads in it.
It makes it 42-40, Littlefield on top, and Lamesa looks like they're going to go for 2 to try to tie it here. 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
You know, this will be a big stop for the Littlefield defense. Just stay ahead, even by 2 points. If we score again, stay ahead.
So the ball is marked ready for play. Lamesa doesn't have the play from the sideline yet. Now they come to the line of scrimmage. 2-point conversion try for the Golden Tours. Here's the snap. Ramos looking to throw, swings it out, complete, and it is incomplete. It was knocked loose. The 2-point conversion fails, and Littlefield hangs on to a 2-point lead here with 30 seconds left in the third quarter. We'll be back right after this.
Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, right here in Littlefield, provides grade A, Gold Star quality milk product manufacturers around the world. We are proud to be here in Littlefield, and we support our student athletes. Our philosophy is to be a good neighbor to everyone in this town. We take pride in our work and in our community. Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, farms, people, and technology, achieving gold quality. Go Cats!
Here in Texas, tradition runs deep on the field and in our communities. For nearly 120 years, Wellington State Bank has stood by the citizens of Littlefield through tough times and touchdowns. From your first savings account to your game-winning business loan, we're here for every play. Wellington State Bank, your partners in progress in Wildcat Nation. Come see us today at 501 Phelps Avenue in Littlefield. Let's go Wildcats. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. Wildcats are hanging on to a 2-point lead. Here's the kickoff after Lamesa's score. It's going to be returned across the 20 to the 25 to about the 28-yard line. So Wildcats football once again. 25 seconds left here in the third quarter.
You got to like the aggressiveness and the physicalness of number 6, Blayton Solis, on that return.
Yeah, he could have just stepped out of bounds. Instead, he went for the contact and the extra yard there, and he got it.
You got to love it.
So first down and 10 from the 29-yard line. Sammy Signs, the quarterback, out of the shotgun, double slot formation. Here's the snap. He's going to swing it out. Incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Price. Hit him right in the handlebars. He just couldn't hang on, and it's going to be 2nd and 10.
You know, sometimes that just happens. It hits you in the hands. You lose your concentration. You take your eye off the ball.
2nd and 10. Here's the snap. Signs is going to keep up the middle across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Sammy just read the defender there. It looked like it was going to be a handoff. He pulls it out and keeps it. 3rd down and 6. 3 seconds left in the third. We'll let time run out. And that'll do it for the third quarter of play. Littlefield has the lead, 42-40. And the Littlefield Wildcats with the football to start the fourth quarter. We'll be back right after this.
The Heffington family of Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation sends all the best to each member of the Littlefield Wildcats this season. Triple T Irrigation is an authorized TL irrigation systems dealer like no other. Hydrostatically powered TL systems are designed to deliver continuous movement to extend gearbox life. Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation, proud supporters of the Littlefield Wildcats.
Trust the Lance Insurance Agency for all your insurance needs. They offer a better way to buy insurance. Visit with David McGehee and let him shop multiple carriers to get the most competitive rate available. For auto, home, commercial, life, crop insurance, and more, go by 2433 South Farwell Avenue in Littlefield, or give David a call at 385-1693 and let him find the best combination of price, coverage, and service just for you. The Lance Insurance Agency proudly supports the Wildcats and Lady Cats in all that they do.
Welcome back to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. And West 11 Sports, I'm Cody West. The Wildcats have the ball, 3rd down and 6, empty backfield. Here's the snap, flag on the play, and a whistle. It's going to be a false start on us.
Getting jittery. 12 minutes of as hard as you can go.
Oh, a delay of game, rather, on them. Okay. Wow. It looked like the official on the near sideline was giving the referee the illegal procedure sign, but it's going to be a delay of game on Lamesa. So that'll make it 3rd and 1. That makes me feel better. Jose Payan, the tight end, in motion. He'll set up on the left side. 3rd and 1. Sammy out of the shotgun, takes the snap, and he'll keep. He's got the 1st down, not much more, to the 40, but the pile keeps moving. The Wildcats are pushing the pile across the 45 to the 47, 48-yard line.
You got to love when the O-line gets involved in that and starts pushing the pile.
That's a First Federal Bank 1st down. 1st and 10. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. This is Blayton Solis on the carry for a couple. Our 4th quarter is brought to you by Hillcrest Funeral Home. 2nd down and 8. Here's the snap. Sammy will keep. Over the right tackle, gains about 3. Into Lamesa territory. Third down and 6. Here's the snap. Sammy throws, has a man. It was just off the mark. He had Gabe Mata open. It was just off the mark, and now it's 4th down.
He put some zip on it, and you could tell because Gabe Mata tried to plant and turn around and just fell.
Big 4th down here for the Wildcats. 4th and 6 from the Lamesa 48-yard line. We're going to go out of an empty backfield. 3 receivers on the right, 2 on the left. Plenty of time on the play clock here, 20 seconds. Empty backfield, Sammy takes the snap. He's got pressure. He gets away. He's on the run. He's to the 45, gets the 1st down. Sammy signs to the 35. Sammy still on his feet. He's going to be brought down at the 27-yard line. And a flag on the play. I bet it's a horse collar.
I was going to say that should have been a horse collar, but you got to love it. You got to love the field vision that he has. He sees the pocket collapse. He's got a defender in his face. He starts making cuts, and he gets more than just the 1st down.
We'll see if the First Federal Bank 1st down stands after the penalty. They're going to wave it off, and they'll say no horse collar. He did have him by the back of the jersey, but it's got to be a certain way. There are stipulations on the tackle there to whether or not it's a penalty. They discussed it and said it wasn't. In any case, a big play on the scramble by the Littlefield backup quarterback, Sammy Signs. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Over the right tackle, Blayton Solis. He carries it across the 20 to the 18-yard line, and that's a 9-yard gain.
And just like we were talking about earlier, just being physical with him, Blayton Solis is so physical that he just drives him back.
2nd and 1. Sammy keeps left side, gets the first down and then some. He's to the 10. He jukes his way down to the 5, and he is slung down at the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st down and goal to go for the Wildcats.
He's so shifty. You know, he finds a little pocket. He gets flushed out. QB keep. He'll get positive yards every time.
First Federal Bank, 1st and goal from the 4. Signs, hands it off. Blayton Solis bangs his way into the end zone for the touchdown. The Heffington Farms Wildcats touchdown. Blayton Solis on 1st and goal to go from the 4 with a big collision at the goal line. Muscles his way in, and Littlefield extends their lead. It's now 48-40 Wildcats.
You know, I just got to repeat it one more time because I love seeing it. Blayton Solis' physicality.
Yeah. Always a botched hold, but still good as Barrio puts it through for the extra point. And it is now 49-40. Littlefield on top. With 9 minutes and 50 seconds left in this game, we'll be back right after this.
The Heffington family of Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation sends all the best to each member of the Littlefield Wildcats this season. Triple T Irrigation is an authorized TL irrigation systems dealer like no other. Hydrostatically powered TL systems are designed to deliver continuous movement to extend gearbox life. Heffington Farms and Triple T Irrigation, proud supporters of the Littlefield Wildcats.
Trust the Lance Insurance Agency for all your insurance needs. They offer a better way to buy insurance. Visit with David McGehee and let him shop multiple carriers to get the most competitive rate available for auto, home, commercial, life, crop insurance, and more. Go by 2433 South Farwell Avenue in Littlefield, or give David a call at 385-1693 and let him find the best combination of price, coverage, and service just for you. The Lance Insurance Agency proudly supports the Wildcats and Lady Cats in all that they do.
Welcome back to Littlefield Wildcats football. After the Littlefield touchdown, an extra point kick. We'll kick it off from the North 40. It's 49-40, Littlefield on top here. 89 points have been scored in this game so far. And we have 9 minutes and 50 seconds left in the ball game. Kick up the middle on the ground, and Lamesa will fall on it. It'll be their ball around the 25. They bring it out to the 30. Hillcrest Funeral Home fourth quarter. Our defense, if we can get one stop here in the last 9.5 minutes, we can get one stop, we'll win this game.
That's exactly what I was thinking. We just need to play defense. You know that there's 10 minutes left. Just hold them. Be physical and hold them.
Number 15, Ramiro Candelario in at corner here on the near side. Lamesa with the ball, trips on the left side. Here's a handoff sweep coming to the near side. Lugo gets to the edge, and he'll be ridden out of bounds there by Candelario and Gabe Mata. First down for Lamesa.
That was a good job, but with their running back as fast as he is, we have to kind of contain that edge. Can't let him get outside of you.
Ball spotted at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10, Golden towards their own 41. Clock is stopped as he went out of bounds. 9:45. Here's the snap. Quarterback looks to throw. Flag on the play, but no whistle. It's going to be complete up to the 47, 48-yard line. see what the call is. It's going to be on us. Referee says offsides on Littlefield. Ball's on the 46. I think it was, either way, it was like a 5-yard gain, right?
I believe so.
They accepted the penalty, so it's going to be first and 5. It would have been 2nd and 5 if they declined it. Trips left. Quarterback takes the snap, looks to throw. Fires over the middle, has a man open, and it was just kind of thrown on his back shoulder, and it falls incomplete.
You know, this whole defensive time we've been on defense, I'm really impressed on how we've covered, but Lamesa just finds a way to find open spots in the field.
Yep.
Whether you're playing too far back or too far up, they find one or the other.
That was McCurley, the intended receiver for Lamesa. Two receivers on each side. It's a double slot. 2nd down and 5. Here's the snap. Ramos, 3-step drop, swings it out to the running back. Lugo here on the near side. He's got room. And he'll be knocked out of bounds at the Littlefield 29-yard line.
You got to love the hit stick by number 8, Ben Castillo.
Yeah, it was a big hit. First and 10, Golden Tours. Wildcats with a 9-point lead here, 9:13 left in the game. With the incomplete passes and the out of boundses, we're using up about 3 seconds per play. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Lugo right up the middle, and he'll be wrapped up and brought down after a short gain.
Number 64, A.J. Cantu, coming off the edge, wrapping him up and getting him down.
They'll go in doubles once again. Ramos and Lugo in the backfield. Snap. Ramos looking to throw. Lets it fly. Overthrown and falls incomplete. And that was a rare bad throw by the Lamesa quarterback. He's been on point most of the night. That was just overthrown. Haven't seen that much.
You got to give credit to the defensive line. You know, they were giving pressure to him. Not too much, but they were getting back there, working it. You had Jaden Barrio behind trying to dive for the ball, and Sammy Sines on coverage.
So here we go. 3rd down and 8 for Lamesa. Here's the snap. Pressure, but he gets away. Throw complete on the sideline and out of bounds once again. And on the coverage there was number 33, Daniel Rojas.
No, good coverage and good stunt by number 8, Ben Castillo. We got a big 4th down here.
Yeah, 4th and 3, or 2 rather. A long 2. So we said if we could just hold them one time, and the rest of the game here, we would win. This is our chance, or at least our first chance, since I made that statement. And a whistle. And the Lamesa coaching staff needs to think it over. It's a Bill Wells Chevrolet timeout, and we'll take it with them. We'll be back right after this.
Hey folks, Brian Bruce here from Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC in Plainview. It's time for back to school, and we have a great selection of new and used cars to fit every budget. Call clickbillwellschevrolet.com or come by and see us on I-27. At Bill Wells, we are professional grade, and we want to be your car dealer for life. Come experience the Bill Wells difference, where your next car is in plain view.
Where your next car's in plain view.
Welcome back into Littlefield Wildcats football here in Lamesa, where the Wildcats lead 49-40. Lamesa has a big fourth down coming up here. In the timeout, they'll talk about what kind of play they want to run here on 4th and a long 2. I don't think it's quite 3 yards, but it's longer than 2. Ball is on the 22-yard line. The first down stick is between the 19 and the 20. Big play for both teams here. Littlefield defense looking to come up with a stop. Everybody in tight for Lamesa. And now another whistle. And the Wildcats are going to use a timeout. Bill Wells Chevrolet timeout taken. We'll be back right after this from Energy Fitness.
Energy Fitness is Littlefield's newest 24-hour fitness center with affordable monthly membership rates and never any contracts. Energy Fitness is for everyone. Whether you want to get in shape, lose weight, build muscle, or just stay in motion, Energy Fitness has something for you. We have free weights, a cardio room, 14-station strength circuit, turf area, and more. Located at 713 West Marshall Howard Boulevard in Littlefield. Call us at 806-551-2371 or visit EnergyFitnessLFD.com for more information.
Welcome back to Littlefield Wildcats football here on the Littlefield Sports Network. We want to take this moment to thank all of our sponsors tonight. All of the ads that you see and hear during the broadcast tonight, those businesses around town make it possible for us to do this. And we want to say thanks to them for their support. And we encourage you to give them your business. Be sure and tell them thanks when you see them around town for supporting Littlefield High School sports broadcasts here on the Littlefield Sports Network. So here we go, another build up, right? We build up, and then there's a timeout. Then we build up, and there's a timeout. So here we go, 4th down and two and a half. Here's the snap. Ramos throws deep. They're going for the end zone. And a flag. It's interference on us.
You know, he just really wasn't trying to. He was just trying to play defense, but when you end up tackling them like that, it's, like I said earlier, 9 times out of 10 you're going to get it called.
Man, they thought, hey, all we need is 2.5. Let's just go for the touchdown, and we get called interference. They're going to talk it over. Coach Bryant was arguing that it wasn't a catchable ball, and the officials are going to, at least they're discussing it.
This would be huge. This is a huge call.
They're going to wave it off. No penalty on the play. Coach Bryant's argument is successful. The flag came out, and now Lamesa coaches are just coming unglued.
I was going to say, when you have a coach argue a call like that and they wave it off, the opposing coaches probably aren't going to like that much.
Now, I will say, I didn't think it was catchable. It was way overthrown.
No, you're 100% correct. I agree with y'all. I do not think it was catchable.
Now, also, the Littlefield player did tackle the intended receiver in the end zone, and the ball wasn't there, but it wasn't catchable. I think that was the right call.
But for all purposes of this game, that's in the past. That turned the tide for us.
Yeah, and that's the stop we needed. Littlefield going the other way. Here's the snap. Sammy's going to keep it. Not much running room. He'll be pushed back, and he'll lose a couple. 49-40 is our score. Littlefield on top with 8 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. And now we need to burn as much clock as we can, but we've got to move the sticks too. Play comes in from the sideline, and Wildcats are doing just that, trying to use time. We still have 30 seconds left on the play clock here.
I mean, he might as well use it all.
Yep. We're down to 15 seconds. Now the play comes in from the sideline. Signs out of the shotgun. We'll snap the ball with 4 seconds left on the play clock. Good job. Sammy rolling left, throws deep. Has a man, it's underthrown and falls incomplete, and it's interference on Lamesa.
You know, I don't know if that was intentional, if that was just Gabe Mata running into the defender like that and selling the fake.
It was underthrown, and Gabe had to kind of come back for it. And that, the Lamesa defender out there, I mean, he it is what it is.
Well, standing on this Lamesa side, it's pretty hostile down here.
Yeah. So it'll be a 15-yard penalty. And that'll spot it. They'll spot it on the 36. 1st and 10. It's a First Federal Bank first down. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 36-yard line. And now we're down to 7 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game. That was a win-win for the Wildcats. Burned a bunch of time, and then you get a pass interference call against Lamesa. Sammy hands it off. Nowhere to go, just black jerseys everywhere. That was Daniel Rojas, and there was just no running room whatsoever, a loss of 4.
But I like what they're doing. I like how we're running this play clock, running it right up the middle. That play not so successful, but maybe eat a few yards.
Yeah, it's a 2-score game, but still, we need a few more first downs here. 6:38 and rolling. Signs. Takes the snap. He'll hand it off right up the middle. Rojas carries it to the 35, and it'll be 3rd and 11. You know, I like the idea of burning the clock, but at the same time, you can't just turn it over on downs either.
No. But at the same time, I don't think that's what they're trying to accomplish here.
No, but we've got a long 3rd down here.
Well, you also have to take into consideration, you know, you have a sophomore quarterback. This is a very crunch time, upperclassman situation. He's getting a lot of experience here.
I'd let him keep it. Look for Sammy to run here. It's a snap. Yep. He's going to run it over the left side, cuts it up to the 40, and he'll be brought down to the 42. That'll be about 5 yards shy of the first down. 4 yards. It'll be 4th and 4. And we're going for it. 4th down and 4 in our own territory. Wildcats will check with the sideline for the play. I think if I'm Coach Bryant, I might be thinking about punting this thing and trying to pin them deep.
See, I agree with you there. I might try that too, but before that, I'd at least try and draw them off sides a few times.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get a free play.
If you get them off sides, that's a first down. Lamesa calls a timeout. Stops the clock at 5:01 left in the game. We'll take it with them, and we'll be back right after this.
Introducing Fades and Foils by Amanda. Located inside JoJo's attic in Littlefield, Fades and Foils is your one-stop, full-service salon, specializing in men's and women's cuts and styling, balayage, color corrections, all-over color, and even waxing. Let Amanda rescue your hair. Open Tuesday through Friday from 10 to 6 and Saturday from 8 to 2. For an appointment, call 806-598-1988. That's 598-1988. Book now, because demand is high for Fades and Foils by Amanda.
Welcome back to Littlefield Wildcats football here in Lamesa, where the Wildcats lead at 49-40 here in the 4th quarter. We have 5 minutes left in this game. 5:01 to be exact. Lamesa used the timeout. I thought Littlefield was considering a timeout. We were waiting for the play to come in from the sideline, and now we're going to punt. And I think this is probably what I would do. You're in your own territory, 4th and 4. Here's Jaden Barrio with a punt. High end over end kick. Remember, Nate Castaneda was our starting punter, and it's going to be down at the 36-yard line. So pinning them deep wasn't really in the cards for us, but I still think we probably made the right decision there.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there. You know, just get some cushion, play defense, get another turnover.
So the Littlefield defense comes back out onto the field. And if you're Lamesa, you're thinking, hey, we've got plenty of time. 4 minutes and 51 seconds left. They've had some quick strikes. Littlefield's defense needs to keep their foot on the pedal here. 1st and 10, Tornadoes at their own 36. And a whistle and a flag on the far sideline. Is it going to be a false start? Yep. A false start on Lamesa. Push them back 5. That'll put them at the 31. And usually, I'll say this, in all my years of watching high school football, you usually see a lot of false starts early in the season, especially like the first game. We haven't seen that many tonight. That may have been the first one.
No, I was going to say, this team is very, very disciplined when it comes to jumping off sides and watching the ball to make sure it's snapped.
1st and 15 after the penalty. Here's the snap. Quarterback has time, throws over the middle, complete. Tackle is made at the 43-yard line. So he got a big chunk of it back. It'll be 2nd down and 2 at the 44. Ramos has pressure. He'll be wrapped up and brought down, and the quarterback sack for the Littlefield Wildcats defense. That is huge.
There it is, number 55, Uriel Ibarra. I've been waiting for him.
That'll put them all the way back to the 38-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Big defensive play for the Wildcats there. Trips right, single receiver on the left. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Lugo, big hole up the middle. Oh, he's fast. He's off to the races. Wildcats trying to run him down. And we're not going to get him. That's 6 points for the Golden Tornadoes.
See, and that's the thing I was afraid of. Lugo's fast. If you can't catch him and he beats it to the outside, he's probably going to take it to the house.
And it's a 3-point game. 49-46 with 3:36 left in the game. Maybe we should have gone for it on that 4th down.
I mean, hey, you never know. Sometimes you think this is better. Sometimes you think that's better.
Yeah. Well, and the comment I made about Lamesa having plenty of time, that just shows it right there. This game's far from over. Extra point kick for the Tornadoes is up, and it is through the uprights. And that makes it 47-49. Littlefield on top with 3 minutes and 36 seconds left in the game. We'll be back right after this.
Every bag of FiberMax cotton has 220,000 seeds chock full of innovation, like advanced genetics for longer, stronger fiber, which means 220,000 reasons to hear, "You got what premiums?" And new Accent Flex technology for powerful weed control, which means 220,000 reasons to say, "Heck yeah, I grew that." FiberMax cotton from BASF. Innovation in every bag. Always read and follow label directions.
Think big, print big with Slate Group. Slate Group is an experienced commercial printer specializing in all your printing needs. From large to small quantities and quick turnaround times, Slate Group is the only call to make. In addition, we offer customized promotional products. Our focus on quality craftsmanship can be seen on print collateral across the nation. Located at 6024 45th Street in Lubbock, our Slate Group team is local and committed to helping you achieve and surpass your goals. Visit us online at www.slategroup.com to discover how we can deliver an exceptional product that elevates your presence.
Welcome back in to Littlefield Wildcats football here in Lamesa, where we've got a 2-point game. The Wildcats, we've led the entire way, but man, it's just been back and forth.
Smart decision. It looks like we got the hands team out there.
Yep. A lot of offensive football. Wildcats could put a nail in the coffin if we can score on this possession with 3:36 left in the game. Lamesa kicking off from the South 40. Only one man back deep to return the kick for the Wildcats. Kick's going to go into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So the Wildcats will get the ball, 3:36 left. We get a few first downs and put some points on the board here. Get out of here with a win. So here come the Cats to the line of scrimmage. Sammy Signs, the quarterback. He'll hand it off, going to the far side. Solis cuts it up at the 35 to the 37-yard line. Nice gain on first down.
I was going to say, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Find a hole, get a bunch of yards, run some clock.
Second down and about 7. Littlefield with a 2-point advantage here in the fourth quarter. 23 seconds and rolling on the play clock. Exactly 3 minutes on the game clock, and we're now under 3 minutes. Sammy takes the snap with 3 seconds on the play clock. He'll hand it off. Solis breaks through. Bladen Solis gets the first down, and he was one man away from breaking that thing for a touchdown.
I was going to say I got a little excited, but they grabbed his shoe. Got him by the shoestring, unfortunately.
It's a First Federal Bank first down to the 47-yard line. And another Lamesa player is down. How much you want to bet they get over there and start stretching him out?
I was thinking something totally different, so.
Okay.
No, he's really hurt, but in my mind, sometimes when there's 2 minutes left and it's a close game like that and someone goes down, I'm like, okay. Are we cramping? Are we hurting? Or are we
Yeah. Well, now you know they have that it's been a rule for a while where they had that runoff. You know, if it's an offensive player who's down, they'll run time off the clock, like a 10-second runoff or something. Because back in the old days, guys would just lay around after a play, pretend like they're hurt, and it gives the offense time to get ready for the next play if the game's on the line and you have the ball. So he's off the field, and we're ready. They roll the clock. And we're under 2.5 minutes. First down and 10 for Littlefield. Double slot formation. And Signs is just continuing to run time here as we wait for the play, and now a whistle. And a timeout taken by Lamesa. That's the 2-minute timeout. We'll take it with them, and we'll be back right after this.
At Littlefield ISD, we're not just upgrading facilities, we're creating opportunities. Where students excel in dual credit courses, engage in effective vocational programs, and achieve associate's degrees upon graduation. Our staff brings real-world experience, guiding students to think critically and solve problems. Here we stand united in our mission to develop and inspire every student as we embrace the spirit of Wildcat magic.
Hillcrest Funeral Home is Littlefield owned and operated and has been since 2007. We are proud supporters of the Wildcats, Lady Cats, and our Wildcat Band. I'm Shauna Wagley Hastings, and my promise is to always offer you personal and compassionate care in your time of loss. Hillcrest is hometown, and we are always here for you. Come see us at 1305 Phelps Avenue in Littlefield. Hillcrest Funeral Home, cherish the memories, honor the legacy.
Welcome back in after the timeout. Littlefield has the ball 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Sammy Signs, the quarterback, keeps it. He carries it across midfield, and the pile pushes to the 45-yard line. And on 1st and 10, he gains 8.
You know, I'm still seeing it with the offensive line, and I love seeing it when they just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and get extra yards.
We're down to 1:37. Littlefield can get a first down here on 2nd down and 2. That's pretty much going to seal the deal. The Wildcats have led the entire game, but Lamesa has kept it close, like really close. Play clock is down to 7. Here's the snap. Sammy keeps it over the right side. He has the first down and tackled at the 41-yard line. It's a First Federal Bank first down, and now Littlefield will let Lamesa use their final timeout. And the Wildcats should be able to just take a knee or two, run this thing out, and go home banged up but victorious.
I mean, a win is a win. And, you know, starting off the season opener 1-0, that's big.
You definitely don't want to give up 47 points in any game. But like you said, a win is a win. I know Coach Bryant, his staff will go back to work and then, you know, get ready for the next one.
I mean, that's all you can do, you know, reflect, watch film, watch the mistakes, watch the good, watch the bad. Just work on it, practice.
The Wildcats will have a 3-game stretch at home following tonight. 3 home games in a row after this. That'll be good. .105 left in the game. Littlefield has it 1st down and 10 at the Lamesa 41-yard line. Victory formation. Signs takes a snap, and he'll drop to his knee at the 50-yard line. We'll lose 9 yards on the play. So Sammy's rushing stats are going to be -9 after that.
But, hey, he's thinking about the team, not his stats. Keeping that play alive as long as you can until you have to take a knee.
I know. Down to 40 seconds. Here's the snap. This time he takes a knee. And that will be the last play of the game. The Littlefield Wildcats are going to win by a final score of 49-47 over the Lamesa Golden Tours here in Lamesa. A great offensive performance for the Wildcats tonight, but a 2-point victory, 49-47 over the Golden Tours. Next week, the Denver City Mustangs come to town. We'll be there with the 7 o'clock kickoff here on the Littlefield Sports Network. We want to say thanks to all of our sponsors tonight for making our broadcast possible. I want to say thanks to Ryan and Olivia for helping us out tonight as well. Tonight's Littlefield Wildcats football action has been brought to you here on the Littlefield Sports Network by our presenting sponsors, the Littlefield ISD, First Federal Bank, Wildcat Laundry, Continental Dairy Facilities Southwest, Hillcrest Funeral Home, and Wellington State Bank. Also by the following title sponsors: Triple T Irrigation and Heffington Farms, the Lance Insurance Agency, and Bill Wells Chevrolet GMC. Our broadcast booster sponsors are Brown Flying Service, Always Towing, the Lamb County Electric Cooperative, Durable Builds, AAA Truck and Federated Auto Parts, Energy Fitness, Fades and Foils by Amanda, FiberMax Cotton by BASF, the Slate Group, and by First Baptist Church of Littlefield. This is West 11 Sports Media, your home for Littlefield High School sports. Ryan, appreciate it as always.